Open is getting more intriguing with every shot. The leader, Angad Chima, has seen it all. Bogeys, birdies, and even an eagle. But he hasn't been able to shake off the challenge. Because Rashid Khan is hot on his heels. Just 2 shots separate the two, and the race is well and truly on here at Vooty Golf County. The chasing pack may have some catching up to do. But with the wind swirling and this golf course throwing up plenty of challenges, the tide can turn in an instant. And that makes today a crucial day in the race to DP World India Championship. A new format, a new race, and ultimately just one goal: to be crowned the best in Indian golf. Because every birdie matters. Every bogey could hurt. And for the man who gets it right today, the road to ultimate glory gets a whole lot shorter.
Hello and welcome to the DP World PGTI's Telangana Open. We are coming to you live from Vooty, Golf County in Vikarabad. This is round 4 of the Telangana Open and we are headed for an exciting finish. Just 2 shots separate our leaders, and the way round 3 went yesterday, anything is possible. Hi, I'm your host Valusha, and joining me is Nikhil Kalan, our in-house golf expert. Nikhil, how do you see round 4 and the final day going?
Well, Valusha, it could be as exciting as round 3. It was a day of up and downs yesterday, ups and downs rather. And you saw how the tournament has progressed. Early on, we had 2 leaders on day 1. Day 2, Angad Chima with that phenomenal 11 under took the lead. He maintained his lead yesterday despite a little up and down round. And today, as we see, there are quite a few contenders and someone has caught up with the leader.
Right, and I was just going to say, Nikhil, can you take us through the leaderboard and get our viewers up to speed on what's going on?
Yes, of course, Valusha. Now the leaderboard, here's a look. Angad Chima at 18 under through 4 holes. 2 over today, and Rashid Khan has caught up with him. He's par through 4 holes, also at 18 under. So, he's taken the lead. He's at 19 under, and there's a surprise there. So there could be some upheaval today on the leaderboard. Then there's Hani Besoya at 16 under through 5 holes. Jairaj Sandhu at 16 under through 4. Veer Alawat at 15 under through 5 holes, and Dhruv Shoran at 13 under through 6. So it's a packed leaderboard, 2 shots separating the top 2, and the rest, anything is possible.
Right, and let's talk about Angad Chima. He was 11 under on day 2, a bit of a mixed bag yesterday. What do you think his mindset is currently?
A mixed bag yesterday, you're right, but he came back well with that eagle. A couple of really good shots gave him that eagle on the 16th. He did drop a bogey after that, a day with 3 bogeys, but he also made 8 birdies yesterday. So he was hanging in there. He didn't let those bogeys derail his effort. He also had an eagle, 8 birdies, as I said, and 3 bogeys. So he looks pretty calm and relaxed. When we caught up with him on the tee box in the morning before he teed off, and he's a multiple winner last year. So I would say it's between Rashid and Angad at the moment. Rashid looks equally confident. He's had a very solid week so far. So I would say these two, in the contest at the moment.
Right, and we spoke to our 3 players in the leader group just before they teed off today. This is what they had to say.
Really looking forward to teeing it up today.
Playing with a very good friend, Chima. How's that going to be?
Yeah, so like the last few years I've just been playing a little bit good scoring, but yesterday's round was a huge boost to my confidence. So yeah, I'm starting to believe that I can contend for a win, and I feel like a win is coming. So yeah.
Thank you.
The game has been looking solid for the couple of tournaments which I played, and it's showing a really good result. I just want to keep knocking the door and see myself lifting a trophy. Last I think in Calcutta and this week, like I had like really good nice groups. Last in Calcutta I played with Chikka after a very long time and Rahil. So we had a lot of fun on the golf course, and that's what we were talking about when we were playing a round of golf. Instead of getting too serious about it, just go there and enjoy yourself.
I'm really looking forward to it. I'm playing with two of my friends, Rashid and Gerard, so really looking forward to it, and it's always fun to be in the lead. Game's been good. Summer, and I think it's coming to sorts, so I'm looking forward to it.
So the three golfers in our leader group enjoy a great equation, and we can see that from the interview. Can we expect great banter on the course today, Nikhil?
Yes, when we had a word with the three golfers in the morning, we asked them exactly this question, and they said yes, they enjoy quite a good equation among themselves, and there'll be a lot of banter out there on the golf course today. Of course, Angad Chima and Rashid Khan around the same age group, starting off, turning pro at the same time. They played junior golf, amateur golf together. Around 2012-13 is when they turned pro, and Angad went on to win early on. So did Rashid. So they have quite an equation. They have great memories of playing with each other. And Angad Chima and Jairaj Singh Sandhu are both from Chandigarh, the nursery of Indian golf that has produced so many top international golfers. They also have a great equation. They are close friends, and there would be some chatter in Punjabi for all you know.
Yes, in fact, I did catch up with Angad yesterday, and he did tell me it's just a way to kind of de-stress. It's like 4 to 5 hours sometimes on the course, and just, when you're playing with people that it's just a way to enjoy the day as well. Beautifully said. Let's just go and speak about the conditions of the course here on day 4. What's the weather looking like?
The weather conditions and the temperature is little hotter than yesterday and day before. It's 31 degrees Celsius. Humidity is 60%. Wind speed is 24 kilometers per hour. Wind always being a challenge here. And the chance of rain is 25%. Remember, rain coming and going. And the course, we spoke about the red soil over here being perfect to grow grass, as far as the golf courses are concerned. And a very interesting fact, you come here with white sporty shoes and you leave with red shoes. If you enter the course with black shoes, you'll often leave with brownish colored shoes. So and I would like to say you're looking very sporty today. You're ready to tee off today, Valusha.
That is the idea, Nikhil. I'm here and I want to play a little bit of golf. So hopefully I manage to get that in at some point. And a cap on because it's really windy, and that takes care of my hair problems. But listen, we've spoken so much about the leader group, but there is a lot of banter and among the chasing pack. So let's talk about the chasing pack a little bit.
Yes, we'll get a word on the chasing pack now. There's Hani Besoya, there's Veer Alawat, and you can see quite a few names there giving them competition, giving the top 3 some competition. Jairaj Sandhu, of course, we mentioned, he's in the leader group, but there's also Veer at 15 under. There's Dhruv Shoran at 13 under, and there's Hani Besoya again at 16 under. These are early days right now, but they all have the ability to catch up with the leaders at any point. And remember that the closing stretch I mentioned, 17th and 18th, the last 2 holes could give us a grandstand finish, because they are 2 of the trickiest holes on the golf course. One a longer par 4 and the other with OB on both sides, that is out of bounds. So you really need to watch out even if you're leading going into the last 2 holes.
Yeah, rightly said. Also, this is a good time to remind our viewers about the change in format of this competition. It's now Race to the DP World India Championship. The top 24 ranked players will qualify for the DP World India Championship to be played in Delhi in October. That makes this so exciting because every round and every tournament counts for something, Nikhil.
Absolutely, every round, every shot, every score from now on will count. It's been counting since the beginning of the year, mind you, but we've just announced it now, and we are in the business end of this race. It is the race to DP World India Championship, and the standings as of now, Saptak Talwar is the leader with 86 lakhs. This is also our DP World PGTI Order of Merit, which we now refer to as the race to DP World India Championship. Jared Hack is in second place, the American with 64 lakhs in earnings this year. Akshay Sharma third with 45 lakhs. Behind him, Kshitij Naveed Kaul 44 lakhs. Om Prakash Chauhan in fifth position, also having crossed 44 lakhs in earnings. Veer Alawat in sixth with 43 lakhs. Hani Basoya in seventh place with 41, followed by Jamal Hussain, Khalin Joshi, and Mohammad Azhar. A lot of winners up there, this year's winners, and of course previous winners. So it's going to be a fight to the finish, and the top 24, as we mentioned earlier, after the event, the Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship that concludes on 3rd October. After that, the top 24 will seal their spots for the big event, the DP World India Championship. So there's a lot at stake.
Right, and that's also where the order of merit will be decided.
That's right. The order of merit is being decided as we speak, with the prize money earned from these events, as well as the DP World India Championship, where you'll see the biggest stars in the world descend on to the iconic Delhi Golf Club. We had Tommy Fleetwood winning last year. You also have Rory McIlroy coming down, Victor Hovland, a lot of big international stars who play on the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. They will be coming down and competing, and our top 24 Indian players will be competing there. Anyone who does well at that tournament can turn the tables in the Order of Merit and win the Order of Merit title, the trophy.
That sounds so exciting, Nikhil. And speaking about exciting, I think we should go down and watch all the live action from round 4 today. And let's send the audience to watch the live action. Me with my cup of coffee, you with your cup of tea. I think that's perfect, don't you think?
Let's go get our kappa.
All right.
Hello everyone. Namaste and a very happy Rocky to all our viewers. This is the final round of the Telangana Open 2026 being held here at Vooty Golf County at Vikarabad, Telangana. This is just outside of Hyderabad city, about 65 kilometers away from the town. It's turning out to be an extremely interesting final day over here, with of course the weather being fairly pleasant at 31 degrees, wind speeds at 24 kilometers per hour. We've had Anga Chima, who was the leader after the third round, start off a little bit slow. He's made 2 bogeys in the first 5 holes, while Rashid Khan, after dropping 2 early shots, has actually picked up 3 more and gone on to lead the tournament by 1 shot over Anga Chima. Veer Alawat also coming up with a stellar show. He's currently 16 under par for the tournament with 4 birdies on that scorecard. Jairaj Singh Sandhu at 16 under as well, and so is Hani Basoya. So things are turning out to be really interesting over here in Vikarabad. And we have Dhruv Shoran, who is at 14 under. Arjun Sharma at 13 under, tied alongside another Sharma, Akshay. And Manu Gandas and Joshua Seal round up the top 10 of the proceeds as we speak right now. And of course, there's plenty of golf to be played. The players are just about done with 5 holes of the day thus far. There we've got at 11th position, we have Niranjan and Ishika, all the way from Japan. And we have Pawan Verma at 13th position, Viraj Madappa and Amardeep Malik at 14th at 9 under par. So as we go on, we've also got last week's winner, Mohammad Azhar, there at 8 under par, who is tied alongside Bangladesh's Jamal Hussain, a man who needs no introduction. There we have match number 6, Amardeep Malik, who's playing alongside Dhruv Shoran and Joshua Seal. I am Rahul Bajaj, joined alongside by my co-host Rahul Banerjee as well as Shaurya Singh as we take you through the proceedings of this final round.
What really strikes you as soon as you look at the current leaderboard as it is, Rahul, is the preponderance of experience in the top, even top 15. If you're talking about Pawan Verma, who's now, as you had mentioned, he is a coach and he does play occasionally. From there upwards, it's almost all of them. There were some youngsters in challenging positions a little earlier in the first 2 rounds of the tournament. But come the pointy end, this is the business end of the tournament, and all of a sudden you see starting from Rashid Khan to Angad Chima to Hani Basoya, Gerard Sandhu, Dhruv Shah, there is a lot of experience in this leaderboard. So even though this may not be the longest of courses, clearly there is a way to play this, which the wiser heads in the field have shown over this last 3 days.
Well, the wiser head certainly isn't going to be me, and we of course have got a lot going on over here. Rashid Khan, who's been knocking on the door for quite a few years, and I think Mr. Banerjee, you just pulled out that the last tournament he won was in 2019, so it's a long time since the time he's won a tournament, and he's been knocking on the door this entire year. In fact, last year as well, in a couple of tournaments in 2025, he was knocking on the door. He couldn't quite push through the door, but he was always there and thereabouts. And here on our screens, we've got Amardeep Malik making his way to find himself a top 10 finish. He's turned at 36, which is even par for the front half. And let's see if he can do some damage going into that back nine. He's had 2 birdies and 2 bogeys on their front nine. And Dhruv Shoran there on our screens. He's currently tied for 5th position alongside another fellow player from Haryana, Veer Ahlawat, both at 14 under par. It's going to be an absolutely interesting day here. And please hold on to your seats. This is a par 72 golf course. Its yardage is not very long. It's only 6,502 yards and flanked by 43 bunkers, 13 water bodies. Greens are playing at 10.5 on the stimp meter this morning, so greens are playing fairly fast. The tournament director, Dr. Nagrat, has set up the golf course in a manner that there is challenge, but there is also good amount of scoring opportunities. We have seen the greens have been rolling fantastically. There's been a lot of spin being imparted on the greens, and that really helps the players to attack flag locations, but that also throws a new challenge, which is to control spin rates on the shot. So it's going to be interesting to see how players take on those challenges in this live telecast now. Joshua Seal from Uganda. Watching that pensively. I think the 10th hole here is a pretty brilliant shot. 12 yards in from the front and 6 from the right is that flag location on the 10th today.
It's a very interesting hole, Rahul. You could just very briefly glimpse behind Joshua Seal. There's a little water course that crosses the fairway, and it's a dogleg right. So you have to find a very, very good landing place to have a clear shot at the green, because there's bunkers and a line of trees that are guarding the right side. So Dhruv reasonably well placed. A slight down slope to his shot. Just what you were talking about, Rahul, controlling spin will be a critical factor today, and I think Dhruv's done a fairly good job there. He looks like he would have wanted slightly better from that, obviously. But again, through the day, wind is going to be a major factor.
Amardeep Malik now. The customary pause that he has at the top of the backswing. That does a fantastic job with that wedge over there. I think Dhruv Shoran was trying to use that backstopper behind the hole to use that to spin it back, but I think he airmailed that slow ball together and led him to the back edge. Spun back, but only made its way till the edge. This is Hyderabad, the city of pearls. Of course, lots of history in this city. The DP World PGTI Tour hosts this tournament here, and players from here will be moving on next week to play at the Telangana Masters being held at the Golconda Fort Golf Course, which is called the Hyderabad Golf Association, HGA. After which the players are going to move on to be playing the Chennai Open, Nama Raipur Open the week after, and the Bengaluru Open the week after that, which is going to be the second last week of September. It's a packed season, back-to-back weeks for these players, and thereafter the players move on to the finale, which is the Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship 2026. This rounds up the race to the DP World India Championship, a recent announcement by the DP World PGTI in a press conference held just a week prior. And after which top 24 players from the order of merit get to play at the DP World India Championship and rub shoulders alongside players of the likes of Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, and Ryan Fox. Ryan Fox, a major champion, British Open winner in 2026. So absolutely fresh off that victory. And we're actually very glad that he's showing up here at the Delhi Golf Club to showcase what it takes to be a major champion. Of course, Rory McIlroy has won multiple majors, and it's going to be a sight at the Delhi Golf Club. Tommy Fleetwood will be the defending champion for that tournament, and after the DP World India Championship, we will find out who will be crowned the number one on the DP World PGTI Order of Merit for the 2026 season, which also gets that player playing exemption on the DP World Tour for the 2027 season. Currently, the Order of Merit after the Kolar Open, which was held last week, is led by Saptak Talwar. Saptak Talwar leads the way at 86 lakh. Dhruv Shoran now coming up from the back of the green here on the 10th, putting for a birdie.
Had a lot of slope to contend for over there. His playing partners will have relatively simpler putts, so they're more or less on the same plane as the pin position today. All of them are fairly difficult to attain. None of them are really easy to find quick. So the players will have to go flag hunting if they want good scores, which Rashid Khan has done with some success today. Early setbacks in the first two holes, but he's hit back with 3 birdies in a row after that. While Angad Chima, who was our overnight leader, has had a bit of a slip up. His opening 6 holes, he's dropped 3 shots. So we have Rashid Khan currently leading by 2. But Amardeep Malik now with his putt. Nine under par. Tie for 14th before this, but that will see him climb up to 10 under for the day, for the tournament, and making progress in the right direction.
He doesn't seem quite happy with that putt. He did fairly well, though. Just seemed like very confidently rolled that one in. He's got a very peculiar style of holding that putter with his left hand, tucks in that elbow slightly, and did a fantastic job of that. If pretty much taught us all a few things, and if any juniors are watching this, that was a good display of how quickly you should make a decision. Once you're on the putt, you don't take much time, and you just hammer it in, just like Amardeep Malik. And Joshua Seal now at 12 under par, putting for a birdie, the putter which is longer than the putt. He does fantastically over there, does Joshua Seal. He would go on to 2 under par for the day and 13 under par for the tournament. The door, I think, is very open at this stage with Rashid leading the way by 2 shots at 19 under par over Chima. And Hani Basoya and Gerard Sandhu at 15 under par. I think, if anyone can get off to a bit of a tear on that back nine, it could be a very interesting day indeed. Chima, unfortunately, has dropped another shot on hole number 6 and moved down to 17 under par for the tournament. Dhruv Shoran on our screens. Making no mistake there, Dhruv Shoran would stick around with that par, and he's currently 3 under par for the day and 14 under par for the tournament. Eyes on the prize.
Important for Dhruv to have made this putt, Rahul, because he's not very far from the top of the leaderboard, and he's picked up, like you said, 3 shots through the day already. So for him to have taken a step back would have been, would have damaged his chances, and he would definitely be fancying himself because he's currently in a tie for 5th place with Veer Alawat. The leaderboard in front of you now. 19 under par is the lead score for the tournament. Rashid Khan, having completed 6 holes, he's picked up 3 shots for the day, but also given back 2 bogeys very early to start with. So he's 1 under for the day and 19 under overall. Angad Chima, unfortunately with 3 dropped shots, has dropped to 2nd place on 17 under par. Gerard Sandhu, Hani Basoya, Veer Alawat. This is becoming a very nicely bunched leaderboard behind the top 2, Rahul. In fact, the top behind the remaining 8 in the top 10, separated by just 2 shots. So it's 3 shots. So it's going to be really tight. So which is why I said for Dhruv to have made sure that he got away with a par on 10 was very important to his chances. This will keep him definitely in the hunt and keep him interested, because it just needs one little slip from those who are further up the leaderboard for him to have a chance.
Well, as you mentioned about Pawan Verma a few moments ago, he's turned at the back nine with a score of 5 under par. And Pawan Verma really coming back from his teaching work back here in Delhi, and is at 10 under par, currently at 13th position. So, if he can keep on that streak, he might be finishing within the top 10, might just ignite that fire. There we have the race to DP World India Championships order of merit. Young Anshul Kaptial at 15th position. Manu Gandas here on our screen now. Manu Gandas is playing alongside Nepal's Subhash Tamang and Chandigarh's Akshay Sharma. Manu plays his golf in Gurugram. Also big ups to Himalayan Water, which has recently joined hands with the DP World PGTI to be a partner with the tour, and players get to have all the tasty water now. Brilliant swing here by Manu Gandas, the zen-like demeanor that he brings out onto the golf course. Placing that beautifully right in the middle of the fairway. Subhash. And also, all our prayers go out to the people of Nepal and Tibet for all that has gone on over the past 2 days. It's absolutely heartbreaking to see what has happened. Just a reminder for all of us that nature will always be above us all. Tamang, who comes from humble beginnings, has done very well as a professional. It's a flag bearer for Nepal's golf. Fantastic drive here by Subhash. He's really hit that a long way. Just go quickly into a small commercial break and be right back with the telecast. Akshay Sharma of Chandigarh.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
Presenting the expertise of wealth management with the power of a bank.
पढ़ता है, खेलता है, झूलता उछलता है, दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है, आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया, अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया.
We're back with the action on the final day of the Telangana Open at Vooty Golf County, Vikarabad, some 60 odd kilometers from Hyderabad.
And thank you for that welcome, Rahul. It's nice to be back. And early on the final day, we can see Manu Gandas with the protein and the carbohydrates. Much required on a day like this. He'll require every ounce of energy to make more and more birdies. And that's what the players are looking at. We saw Angad Chima leading the tournament yesterday, but it's been a rather tumultuous day thus far. He sees himself at 17 under par, 3 behind. It seems to be a shadow of his former self. And now Rashid Khan is leading the tournament by 2 shots. So will he finally get that monkey off his back? Angad is surely trying to make it easy for him. Hani Besoya also resurgent at 15 under par. He was the winner earlier this year. If I remember the second tournament of the year at Lado Sarai Golf Club in Delhi. Jairaj Sandhu, Southpaw, also a very good player. Dhruv Sharon, very experienced, thoroughbred. Veer Lawat, soon to be playing the upcoming Asian Games. Manu Gandas, former number 1. Akshay Sharma, multiple winner on tour. Joshua Seal, the man all the way from Uganda. So, a lot of color, a lot of different scores on that leaderboard while we have a look at Manu Gandas, Subhash Tamang. And from the internationals, we have Joshua Seal, the strapping Ugandan 12 under par. Koichiro Ishika at 11 under par. From Japan, Jamal Hussain 8 under par. Stepan Danek, Thanga Raja from Sri Lanka, MD Akbar, the trio at 8 under par. Mithun Pereira at 6 under par. Declan Kenny at 5 under par. And Sakrat Singh Gill 1 under par. Red numbers aplenty here at Vooty Golf County. The best out on the golf course currently is 5 under par, Pawan Verma, as was iterated previously by Rahul. Now we have a look at Akshay Sharma here on hole number 10. Short par 4, measuring only 385 yards. And the greens today are a lot slicker than what they were yesterday. They're rolling at 10. Akshay now. Ideal conditions to attack the flag. And Well, that's definitely not his best effort. It's rolling away from the flag. And that's rather good, a good flag position though. Tucked right behind that little bit of a hump, and maybe just a few paces from the right edge.
Yeah, and this is like I just mentioned a little while ago. This is a short par 4, but it's a dogleg right, Shaurya, and you got across. There's a brook, which of course will not be in play for these pros. But you have to find the ball on the left side of the fairway to have a clean shot at the flag, given where it's placed. And looks like a two-deck green. So, like you mentioned, finding the upper half of the green is critical, because keeping the ball low will see it roll away. So this is a double challenge, though it's like not a very long hole, but it does require you to find the right spot on the green. Your approach has to be pretty much spot on. And here's a man who's won 9 times in his career. He's been a past PGTI Order of Merit champion, knows what he's doing on the course.
Yes, definitely does know it. The flag 6 from the right edge. Oh, that's a brilliant shot. Right on the money. That's how you put a marker down. Says that I'm number 1 for a reason, ladies and gentlemen. And if you need any proof, here, it lies in the pudding. So he would move to 14 under par. Seems like he has a mere kick in. Our hearts go out to everybody in Nepal. What a tough time it is for them, and the tragedy they suffered. Even the people on the Chinese side, in Tibet and everywhere else. Our prayers to all of them, and to Subhash, his friends, anybody that he knows. So, brilliant shot. That would work its way back and get better. Really does take a lot of mental fortitude, as it is in golf, but to have seen your country go through something like this and then be here, it's a hard time indeed. And back to the action. Now we have the familiar sight, the man carrying the leaderboard. I remember in days of yore, this used to be something that we used to look forward to. If your name is on that board, because it was only carried for the last 2 groups. Really used to feel special, and everybody seeing your name and your scores from afar. These are small little snippets that I can recall, and that's really something to look forward to when your name is being carried on that scorecard by the scorer, and your scores being updated, and the people watching the tournament. They're always keenly looking at what is this guy's score.
Given the fact that you are grinding away for 4 days over 18 holes, sometimes in extreme conditions, any and everything that could lift your spirits, Shaurya, I'm sure is a help. Like we saw, we had in the lead into today's telecast, the fact that the leaders are saying just that they're playing among friends is itself a bit of a boost. Rashid made the point about Angad, and Angad did the same out, and they've been playing for years and years together, juniors, amateur, and now in the professional circuit. So every little bit, I'm sure, helps. Whether it's the boost that you were talking about by seeing your name on that placard that is being carried on with the leader groups, or the fact that you have somebody to switch off from the game, just have a bit of a giggle and a chat, and then come back to the serious business of trying to win a golf tournament.
Yeah, it is indeed serious business. This is a very important tournament. Good prize fund on offer, 15 lakh. Akshay Sharma now, after that approach shot, will have a rather difficult putt. This will have a considerable amount of break. And the greens are rolling at 10, so we'll have to be careful. I think all things considered, he's done rather well, as Akshay has been sporting that goatee or French beard for the longest time that I can remember. Suits him well, I think. And the other 2 players are close to the flag. Subhash, also a former All India amateur champion, so very good player in his own right. Has been playing on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India for quite a few years now. And you see the competition is always increasing. Every year you have the qualifying school that takes place, and this time, of course, due to the wraparound season, we have the qualifying school taking place in the month of October. a mere month from now. 4 distinct golf courses in different format. Earlier you used to have one golf course for the pre-qualifying school. Now you have 4 and then the final happening in Ahmedabad. Subhash Tamang, after that approach shot for his birdie. The leader currently is Rashid Khan. He's made another birdie. We've gotten an update and moved to 20 under par. It's looking like a sign from the gods. 3 ahead now. And that putt unfortunately goes a begging for Subhash Tamang. We'll have to settle for par. 20 under par, Rashid Khan. That's the number that everybody's looking at. We predicted that it might be at 25 under par. Time will tell. But there are a few players now within striking distance. He's opened up a sizable lead over Angad Chima. Was yet to see red on his scorecard. In fact, if we see the entirety of the field, he is indeed one of the few players. Only Subhash Tamang is the other player who has the ignominy of not having made a single birdie. So they need to get a move on. No red numbers yet on their scorecard. Shamim Khan, a veteran as well, having a rather quiet day. Manu Gandas, after that stellar shot to cap it off with a birdie. Well done. A mere formality.
It's not the easiest hole to pick up a shot from. We did see a little earlier that Dhruv Sharan also found himself in very much the same spot as Akshay did. So he had almost identical result. He had to come over the slope and then cater for the break. Big break left to right. And we did see an eagle in the sky very fleetingly, ladies and gentlemen. But so far, we have just seen 3 on the ground. 1 each by Thangaraja, Sunit Chaurasia and Pawan Verma. So maybe it's a sign of things to come. Back to the action here. Hole number 10, Hani Basoya.
This is an interesting play. After quite a while, we've seen somebody go with the driver. I've actually waited for this. That's what you wanted to see. That ball, unfortunately, having caught the rough, otherwise could have worked up a lot closer to the green. That's very audacious, I'd have to say, to take this hole on. You have to cut the corner. And of course, he has the strength to do it. You need at least 305, 310 yards of carry. So as I say, no guts, no glory. Not quite certain what the players are discussing. 2 groups crossing and seem to have some lighter moments between themselves.
A little bit of needle there maybe, but all in good humor. Plenty of grins and smiles as the 2 groups crossed each other. Like we mentioned, this is a very tight layout, so there will be times where you will be adjacent to some other group moving one way or the other around you. So this is hole number 11. The longest par 3, I think, on the course, 214 yards. You have bunkers guarding the green on the right, and a bit of wasp waste in the middle of the fairway, but should not be a problem. These boys will be heading straight for the green with the tee shots.
We're just going to show you a little highlight package in a minute.
a season of relentless battles, will come down to one final destination. The DP World India Championship this October.
Look at that!
Top 24 of the DP World PGTI will earn the right to be here.
Performance, the prize.
It's where ambition meets greatness, where champions are challenged, and history is waiting to be written. Race to the DP World India Championship is on.
All about the players are abuzz with excitement, and why not? Saptak Talwar currently leads the race, followed closely by the American Jared Hack, Akshay Sharma, Kshitij Navit Kaul, Om Prakash Chauhan, Veer Lawat, Hani Besoya, and Bangladesh's Jamal Hussain. Quite a few tournaments still to go. Can be a little bit of turnaround on the top of the leaderboard. This week, rather pivotal. 1 crore event. 15 lakh going to the winner. And currently the top suitor for that is Rashid Khan. Although I reckon that Angad Chima will definitely have some hidden gunpowder on the back nine. The guns have fallen silent, but I'm pretty certain that he'll be firing on all cylinders on the back nine. You can expect at least a 3 or 4 under par from Angad Chima on the back nine. He'll be looking to claw his way back. Has given a sizable portion of shots away to Rashid Khan.
He's actually running out of time and holes, Shaurya, because 3 behind the leader. Veer Lawat himself was on a bit of a tear. Had a minor blip midway through the front nine, but he's recovered well and stuck that approach. Rahul Bajaj was mentioning spin control when it put into some holes and given the pin positions, and here was a very, very good example of just that.
Yeah, exactly. This pin position, you require to flight that ball in. Can't really have that vigorous amount of spin because it's right at the back. You don't need to get too much purchase in it. Ideally, you want 2 skips and a stop. Pitch it somewhere about 4 or 5 feet short. But that was an absolute beauty by Veer Lawat. Let's see how Arjun Sharma does. And that's a good shot, but I was expecting that to spin back because he pitched it beyond the flag. That was a rather aggressive approach, but didn't quite get that juice to pull that ball back on a string. Arjun Sharma also really improving as the years go by. Hani Besoya went with that driver of the tee. Big drive indeed. Hole number 10, 385 yards. And he's also headed to about 7 or 8 feet left of the flag. Still early days on the back nine, but on the final day, but the back nine will soon be underway for our leaders, and we'll have our first look at them as they also reach the coverage holes on the back nine. Apart from them, there are quite a few other players. Akshay Niranjan is lighting a trail, 5 under par. There are eagles aplenties. Stepan Danik, Sanit Chaurasia, Vishesh Sharma also getting in on the action with an eagle. Beautiful golf course here at Vooty Golf County.
Interestingly, Shaurya, I made the point a little earlier to Rahul as well, that the top of the leaderboard is now crowded with experienced players. You've seen a lot of youngsters challenging over the first 2 days, but all of a sudden it's the ones with plenty of years, 5, 7, 8, 9 years of experience who are now setting the pace at the top of the leaderboard.
Well, that's always heartening for the older folk to see. The onslaught of the not so youth. We have a look at Manu Gandas. He's really good with these shots around the green. You see, has the club a lot more upright as opposed to other players, and utilizes the bounce a lot more on the club. So you see, he's very good from shots, especially from out of the rough, because the club is coming out at a much higher angle and gives him a steeper hit. And that was a decently well done chip shot. Not quite certain what discussion Arjun is having with Veer. Honey Bisoya, also a Delhi product, born and brought up here, and it's part of that golfing family that's produced quite a few golfing greats. His uncle Gus Ram, also been a stalwart of the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India. Now this should have considerable breaks. Seems like he's got it. Seems like he's got it. Yes, he has. Honey Bisoya, a beautiful birdie. Marches to 15 under par. It's not done yet, ladies and gentlemen. We would implore you to stay glued to your screens wherever you're watching us from. And while you're at it, please don't forget to like and subscribe. I believe that's the Gen Z lingo. Like and subscribe. We want you to be watching our content and also send us some love. What you'd like to see more of. Who are your favorite players? And if you need any other information. I believe there was a question, Rahul, you had from me. Somebody asked you yesterday, and I think we'll clarify our viewers about that after we see Arjun Sharma follow suit with a stellar birdie. Look at that, right on cue, Mr. Sharma. What a beauty by Arjun Sharma. Didn't miss a beat. Safe as a house.
So this is what I was saying, how experience coming to the fore here. Some of them are very tricky greens. And the tournament director has made them even more difficult by finding pin positions that extreme left, extreme right. It's now Rawat. And we'll come to that question in a while, Shaurya. And it's not yesterday, this is this morning. I snuck in a few holes before I got to the studio, so I'm back to the course, I beg your pardon. So I will put that question to you as soon as Veer Elawat finishes with his birdie putt. Much needed. Oh boy. That is robbery of a sort, I think, and he's got a slightly rueful smile on his face. And we would like to thank our viewers and subscribers. We have people watching the event from Germany, as far away as Germany as well. So encourage you, sir, to please, push the whole idea to your friends. Get more people involved. This is the top quality of golf being played in South Asia, all of South Asia, in fact. So do tune in larger numbers to see some fine golf being played out in front of you.
Yes, thank you for all the international viewers. And not fluent in German, but I do know Guten Tag is a good day, so Guten Tag to you all the way from Deutschland. As we have a look at Angad Chima now. This back nine, he means business. Angad Chima at 17 under par, still not seeing any red. Maybe the back nine going with a rather conservative approach on hole number 10 with the 3-wood. So wants to get into ideal position and then try to attack this hole from there on. Angad Chima giving that a mighty lash. You can see that there's a look of aggression on that face. That's ideal position. But 3 shots back is not too much. We've seen stranger things happen in the weeks past. Of course, we don't want to see a capitulation, but I think as a golfer, anytime you're within 5 shots, 9 holes to go, you're still in with a shot.
Certainly, I mean, there's all to play for, as they say. Jairaj Singh Sandhu also very much part of this group, and he's not too far away either. He's in sole 3rd position now by himself on 16 under par, one behind Angad Chima, who you saw just drive off the tee, who's 17 under par, was our overnight leader, but has had a slightly rocky start on the front 9. But it's the man who at the top, Rashid Khan, starting off with 2 bogeys, but Thereafter, 3 birdies in a row, another birdie 2, and with 3 more pars, has made the turn 2 under for the day and a tournament total of 20 under, which has him sitting pretty. So the question, Shaurya, I wanted to put to you and Rahul was, okay, after you have a quick look at the leaderboard there, Rashid Khan 20 under par, as we just told you. Chima is the closest, 17 under par after 9 completed holes. Jairaj Singh Sandhu, also the third member of this group, on 16 under par. Veer Alawat, Hani Basoya sharing 4th place, 15 under par. Manu Gandas, Dhruv Sharan, Akshay Sharma in 3-way tie for 6th. Arjun Sharma by himself in 9th, and Joshua Seal in 10th place. So the question was, what in golf is an up and down? And this is something that I know many golfers have no clue about. We say it like this very easily, but what exactly does it mean?
I think first, it has to be the nature of the game itself. To be honest with you, you never quite have it tamed. It goes one way or the other. But that was just in jest. When you miss a green in regulation and you're around it, and you hit a chip and you take a single putt, so it's up and down. So it doesn't necessarily mean that it's for par, birdie, or bogey, or what have you. But it's the fact that you hit one chip and then a single putt to have the ball disappear from view.
Shaurya, I really thank you for that. And I had 3 people ask me this question, and they said, you're going on a broadcast. Please make sure there's a clarification on this. What exactly does it mean? I always thought it was saving a par. But now, as you said, if you get on the green and with one putt, up and down. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Up and down. And for me, it's a little bit of up and down from here as well. Rahul Banerjee will make way for Mr. Rahul Bajaj.
From one Rahul to another, while we have a look at hole number 10, and definitely a sight for sore eyes. Beautiful work by the greenskeeping committee. And there you see Rashid Khan, man who's leading this tournament at 20 under par with his rangefinder. That's one of the changes that's happened on quite a few international tours. I think on the PGA Tour it's tournament specific. Similarly with the DP World Tour, but it has been a rule that was commissioned almost 5 years ago. The main idea being to hasten up pace of play. And also the time that you're allotted to find a ball now has been reduced to 3 minutes. You blink and you miss. But of course with the rain now, adding another element of uncertainty. But I must say Rashid Khan has been really impressive. Starting with 2 bogeys at one point in time, Angad had a 4-shot lead. But he's seen it whittle away over the last 7 holes.
Chima now coming off the fairway over here on hole number 10. Hole number 10 at the Vooty Golf County is a 385-yard par 4. Chima has been swinging it really well. I think he's put in some hard work during the off-season. What a brilliant golf shot here by Angad Chima, nearly holing that one in here on the 10th hole and setting himself up for just a tiny little tap-in.
Rahul, as I said, the gunpowder hasn't run dry, ladies and gentlemen. There's a lot more of that where it came from. Angad Chima on hole number 10. He's ready for the battle. He's ready for the onslaught. And as they say, cometh the ark, cometh the man.
Absolutely, it is certainly going to be an interesting back nine, especially with this rain adding to the elements which are out there on the course. And Dhruv Sharan, another element being added over here, 16 under par for the tournament. He's on third position alongside Jairaj Sandhu. So he's also bringing on the heat on the course. 5 under par for the day.
Really
Chima,
well.
of course, needs to bring some back from the golf course, and this was an opportunity
Hard
to
work
bring
during
back
the off-season. What a brilliant golf shot here by
Threatening the flag yesterday with that stellar mid-iron on that par 5, which nearly hold out. And here again. That's something that players can really take away from. Even if it's not your day and you're a good ball striker, with just one shot you can make a confirmed birdie, get it right next to the pin. So you want to have that ability, that you have that precision, that even if it's not your day, you can turn it around with one good shot. You don't really need to make a miraculous putt, just a good shot and a tap-in birdie. I have one question for you, Rahul, that's been running in through my mind. Is that in these kind of conditions, if it starts raining and it's called off for a little while, who is that advantageous for? Does that help Rashid or Angad?
I think at this moment that would end up being pretty much evened out for both the players because Rashid's got a 3-shot lead. If this was more of like player being right completely on the heels of the other, in that case I think the guy who was 1 shot behind would have had the advantage, or especially the guy who had lost the momentum. He would have the time and the space to be able to recoup. Rashid Khan with a brilliant wedge attempt over here. He has set himself up also for a birdie opportunity. So, maybe some guy who was losing momentum is that's the guy who will sort of benefit from that break because he can then sort of recoup in the locker room, think about what's going on, and stop the bleeding. And Jairaj Sandhu here, after turning in at 2 under par for that front nine, a southpaw, a brilliant golf swing as well.
I really like the angle that the left-hander has to this flag. A lot more comfortable as opposed to right-handed players. Maybe a little too comfortable.
Maybe the commentator's curse. And I think you're certainly right about the fact that it helps, but I think the wind's blowing off the right, which is actually helping the right-handed golfers to be able to attack that flag. And we've seen many players come very close. I think it's the players which are trying to use the backstopper, which are actually getting miffed by it.
Yeah, that was maybe a couple of yards too far to the left for Jairaj. But you're right about the wind. That sort of counteracts the advantage that he would have had. And for the right-handed players, they can attack the flag a lot more. So golf is such a dynamic sport that you got to cater for the wind. And maybe sometimes you remember that old ad by Tiger Woods. He said, I forgot to cater for the rotation of the earth. If you want to be really precise. It's a game of inches. And you need to get everything right.
Was that his dig at Bryson DeChambeau, or did he actually mean it?
No, that was well before the time when Bryson was there. That used to be an old commercial where he hit a shot and said, I forgot to factor in the rotation of the earth. Let's see if Hani Bissoy is able to factor that in. And I think he has, ladies and gentlemen. He's been able to factor. The earth rotates on its axis and that ball goes in the hole.
Back to the leader group here, Jairaj Sandhu from back of the green. He's left himself in a very similar position to what Dhruv Shoran left himself in a few moments ago. Same way, both the players trying to use that backstopper, but airmailed it all the way. And let's see if Jairaj can take care of this long attempt.
He has a rather unique technique, the way he reads the line, sort of bends over the line and then has that putter. I don't know if it's some sort of contortion of the plumb bobbing technique, but everybody has their own unique style. And then a little bit of aim point there with that hand.
Yes,
is
certainly.
That it, or is he just gesticulating?
No, certainly there is a bit of plumb bobbing which is thrown in to the whole aim point express method. So the aim point express method uses the old method of plumb bob where you would hang the putter from neck height. But now they do it sort of like bending over on top of the line, and they just do it a little bit differently, but the technique is exactly the same.
Yeah, so many techniques. You get a little confused, and for all the Elvis fans out there, the plumb bobbing has nothing to do with rubbernecking. That was a famous song and a movement back in the day, but this putt is definitely going to be like grease lightning. Right from here, it's going to be slick.
Jairaj Sandhu with that putt. He's hit it well. He's about 3 feet past the hole. Should be able to drain that one in and save a par.
Rashid Khan needs to make this putt, although it's not the easiest putt he's going to see. Downhill, left, right. These are the ones that tend to slip away on the lower side more often than not.
Shaurya, I think this is a very important putt for Rashid because he's got a 3-shot lead, and Angad Chima at that turn is trying to make a mark now and make that birdie. Of course, he will, and that'll reduce the lead to 2 shots. And Rashid Khan, of course, by holding this putt, he will stamp his authority and he is here for business.
Yeah, you can see that Rashid does understand the importance of this putt. He's hit a really good shot in there, but this putt needs to be struck right off the center of the putter, otherwise always has a tendency to miss on the lower side. These putts are rather difficult for right-handed players.
Gonna go a little bit from the left, and he does a fabulous job of that. Rashid Khan moves to 21 under par, making sure he loses no grip on that trophy.
Yeah, it looks like he means business, does Rashid Khan. He's got that look of determination about him. He said, it's been a long time that I've been knocking on the door. Not gonna give up easy this time. But Angad Chima, he really needed that birdie, did Angad. 3 behind with 8 to go, but quite a few opportunities for birdie here as we have a look at Jairaj with that pincer-like grip. What is that grip called, Rahul? You're a connoisseur of all things specific to putting. That's not the claw. Is that what is it exactly?
That very much is like an offshoot of the claw. It's just the way the player decides to hold the fingers in. So that, some players like to use the claw in the fashion that what Jairaj has done. But one thing that I do question of these grips is that on slower greens, we find a lot of slow surfaces here in India, and the claw grip or the pencil grip. It's very tough to control the pace with those on slower surfaces. Although, at Vooty, that is not a challenge at all. And that's helpful for Jairaj's cause because they're ruling at 10.5 on the stimp, which means that the pace is probably close to as beautiful as it can be.
Excuse me. Can I get a bottle of peace, please?
Sure.
Naturally sourced from the Himalayas. Himalayan peace in a bottle.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
New feels good. New feels good. So true. This new feels good.
Back to the action. Look at that. A postcard. I often think about it. And you realize it as you get on in the years. We look at this leaderboard. It's time for us to get a little philosophical here. On days like these, we of course reflect and think about life. Of course, these thoughts are far from the mind of Rashid Khan. He just wants to cull that demon that has been stopping him from adding to his victory tallies. It's been quite a few years. He's been just there and thereabouts. Jairaj Sandhu, already a winner on tour. Promising player. We've seen quite a few left-handed players come through recently. Another is Anshul Patel is a southpaw as well. And those are some good golf shots in there, I tell you that much. And having a look at that beautiful view, that vista is just
The launch of the race, the DP World India Championship, takes the journey a step further. It is about creating a route for the Indian golfers to reach the global stage.
For us, the DP World India Championship is the biggest tournament in the country.
Back to the action and look at the race to DP World India Championship. It's the first time that we're having the season end in September. And then, of course, you'd have the big one, DP World India Championship. But the top 24 players from the race to DP World India Championship will have an opportunity to rub shoulders with the greats of world golf. British Open champion Ryan Fox, Tommy Fleetwood, what have you. So many names are going to descend. Anirban Lahiri, I think Shubhankar Sharma as well. And you can also buy your tickets there. As we have a look at Rashid Khan, it seems like he has a one-way ticket to the champion stall. What a golf shot by Rashid Khan. He's definitely not letting up. He's in that sort of a mood. Angad must be thinking that I really do have my work cut out now. But he's fighting fire with fire, is Rashid Khan. Angad tried to give him a little bit of a scare on hole number 10 with that birdie, and he said, I'm not going to have any of that, my friend. Well, we have another look at Dhruv Sharon. Yeah, looking a little unmistakable with that 5 o'clock shadow.
Back to Gerard Sandhu here from the left side of the green on hole number 11. The 11th here is a 214-yard par 3 at the Vooty Golf County. Those two shots by Angad Chima and Rashid Khan are absolutely brilliant from that range out. And Gerard Sandhu from the back left of the green. A fine chip that. Pin today on this hole is 28 in from the front and 8 from the left. So a long way away. Players would be hitting anywhere from maybe a 5-iron to a 4-iron into this flag location. So kudos to these two players who have been competing neck to neck atop that leaderboard. Chima, of course, with that scintillating 61 in round 2 and followed it by a 65 in round 3. Got a little left out there with those 3 bogeys on that front 9 and a tough one. He's just 3 shots away though. Back 9 is going to be an interesting one. Chima has not had a win this season so far, but last year Angad Chima went on to win 2 tournaments. Back-to-back wins last year for Angad Chima. So he's had a very nice 2025 season. And those two helped him finish 7th on the PGTI Order of Merit. And he also won the Vizag Open in 2024. So overall, Chima looking for his first win in the 2026 season. He needs to get a few more of those putts going in during that back 9.
Angad Chima. Now is the time as good as any for that putter to come and rescue its master. Otherwise, it see him fall 4 behind with 8 to play. Although I don't think that's insurmountable either. He's in good form with that birdie on the back 9 and quite a few holes coming in. Birdie opportunities all the way through. Now Angad Chima, that has been underhit and it's not going to be good enough. But Rashid Khan is definitely on a tear and then some. He's going to be 4 under par today, and Angad Chima with 2 will be 6 behind. While Gerard Sandhu lines up his 4.5 footer. I was thinking about my philosophical point. I've sort of forgotten about it. Yeah, and I was saying that a career as a golfer, if it goes well especially, I think there are not many that can surpass it. Best of nature, traveling, and you're actually closest to nature and only answerable to yourself. And the good point is that golf, you don't really have any excuses. It's all out there. Whether you perform or don't, no teammates to blame. And that's a beautiful putt right and center. And at the end, you sort of eat what you kill, so as to speak.
Truly a hunter-gatherer you are, Shaurya.
Well, when you can't play golf that well, you try and scavenge anything you can get, my friend. I used to scavenge for birdies, so that's what I learned. Take them any which way. Fight for every inch, and that's the kind of tournament it's turning out to be. Angad Chima was leading the tournament. Now he's having to fight, just being the rear mirror of Rashid Khan, who's of course looking like an ace predator at this point in time. 4 shots ahead is Rashid Khan. And now to tell you a little bit more about it is Mr. Banerjee.
The aerial view here of the 12th tee box. Angad Chima lining up his tee shot. 12th is a par 5, 511 yard. Chima going with a big stick. Chima made an eagle here on day 2.
This hole, in fact, Rahul, is a good eagle opportunity because we've seen already quite a few being made further down the order. There are 4 recorded today so far: Vishesh Sharma, Pawan Verma, Sunit Chaturasya, and Thangaraja, the 4. And we probably could have a few more coming up. Jairaj Sandhu there, strapping young man, driving up on the par 5, 12th. But if there's anyone this is the last group crossing this hole, so there's a good chance of at least one putting himself in position to pick up an eagle. Definitely all long hitters, all of them. And no one has held back really. Everyone's gone full tilt at it. So a little bit of chit chat there, the 2 Chandigarh boys, Angad Chima and Jairaj Sandhu, probably exchanging notes. Wow, how do we catch Rashid Khan? He really has the wind in his sails. Rahul dropped 2 shots early in the first and second holes, but thereafter it's been pretty much absolutely focused golf from this man. It's like you, a former Asian Games medalist. Last one many years ago. It's close to 7 years since Rashid last won a title. So he's been hungry, we know, for a long time, and we've seen him come close a couple of times the last year and a half. But this is probably his best chance in a very, very long time to actually seal the deal, get a win, and beautifully soft hands, a wonderful shot. Look at that. You could actually just bend down and blow it into the hole. It's such a lovely shot. Great exhibition of skill, control, distance, and using the green to the best possible effect. So as we've been hearing over the last couple of hours and since Monday's press conference in Delhi, there is a lot at stake for everybody in the field because the big prize now is not just the retaining a tour card in the top 60, but getting into the DP World India Championship, which is the top 24 after the invitational at JP Greens. And thereafter, which could actually decide, oh, lovely little ball, but just overrunning the hole there. We could actually decide the final winner of the Order of Merit, Rahul, because the prize purse there is so big, $4 million. Even a placing in, say, in between the 20, from 20 down to 50 would be a significant earning. And Saptak Talwar is at the moment very comfortably placed. But if Jared Hack decides to come back for the DP World India Championship, since he's currently second, and the top 24 do get in, so it's going to be very interesting, and there's a lot to play for.
It certainly is. In fact, the new format that has come about the DP World India Championship, and only 24 players from the Order of Merit after the Kapil Dev Invitational will actually make it to that tournament. So you have to first finish within that 24 to be able to even have a shot at winning the DP World Indian Championship and hence the Order of Merit title. So it is not going to be easy. You will have to put your best foot forward, and you will have to make the max number of birdies that you can, because it's not going to be easy. You can tell from the leaderboard and the looks of leaderboards throughout tournaments that we have seen that it is blistering out there. You have to go out completely on a tear. There we have Hani Besoya with another birdie on his scorecard here on 12th, the par 5. And with that type of competition, it is not going to be easy to stay at the top of that order of merit.
And thereafter, the other wraparound that happens is that with the DP World PGTI India PGTI order of merit being decided early, it gives the graduating member a good chance of getting into the flow of the DP World Tour itself. What's happened up to now is that whoever has won the Order of Merit in India has joined the European Tour a little late after the first 4, 5, 6 events, because the early part of the swing happens in Australia and South Africa, which our players used to miss. Now they are having a chance to get into the action right from the get-go, which gives them a much better opportunity in the long run to even actually retain a card and stay on the DP World Tour.
Arjun Sharma now for a putt for par. Had a rough time on this par 5 and made do with it. He has actually saved a par here on the par 5. Certainly not something that he would have wanted to do at the start of the hole, but circumstantially done a fine job of making that 10-footer. Stays at 13 under par and a tie for 9th position, trying to stay within that top 10. And currently 4-shot lead for Rashid Khan over Angad Cheema, and that is going to be tough to catch up with. You've got only 7 holes to go, and Rashid is very hungry. Veer Lawat for a birdie, move to 16 under par. Veer Lawat making no mistakes there, shoots a firm one right at the back of the cup. Moves to 16 under, ties Hani Bisoya and Dhruv Shoran at 3rd position, as well as Jairaj Sandhu. It's getting crowded at 3rd position as of now.
Our lead group on screen now. They were waiting for the green to clear. Some desperate arm signaling going on. Get off my line. Looking rather festive. Our overnight leader, who's had hit a bit of a rumble early on today, but is fighting back, as to be expected. And we're looking to find the dance floor in 2. To give himself the best possible chance of catching up. It just goes a little too long. You see the ball barely buried in the rough. Be a bit of a tester for him to come out and make gains on this big green, and fortunately for him the flag is close to where his ball ended up, so he won't mind that too much. But he would have, of course, Angad would have far better preferred to have stayed on the green itself, because he has to pick up the pace. It's actually entirely now on the onus is on him to chase Rashid down, who's 4 shots now up the road. Jairaj Sandhu, his 2nd shot. He is safely on the green in 2, and we have long eagle putt for the 29-year-old left-hander from Chandigarh. Of course, Angad Chima going a little too long with his approach.
Lovely aerial views here of the Vooty Golf County. It's been a fabulous week thus far here at Vikarabad. The players have thoroughly enjoyed this golf course with green speeds at 10.5 on the stimp meter. You can see the undulations on the course. The rough around the greens is actually the challenge that players have had to face throughout the week. Although, if you've been in the short stuff, you could really take advantage of the greens because the greens are rolling well and they're spinning absolutely beautifully. So that gives the players a lot of chances to be able to dart shots onto the greens in case they are striking it well. So, all in all, it's been superb. It's been about somewhere between 28 to 30 degrees in terms of the temperature, and the winds have been somewhere between 20 and 25 kmph, which is, of course, it acts as a challenge. At the same time, it also keeps the weather more bearable. So, players, of course, having a fantastic time over here just outside of Hyderabad city. The city of pearls, of course, flanked by a lot of history in itself. And for me, though, not much of a history buff, although the biryani is something that is certainly of draw.
Hyderabad, also city of Charminar, one of the most famous monuments in India. Of course, like you mentioned, biryani, now an IT hub, one of the three driving cities of modern day technology in the country, alongside Bangalore and Gurgaon. So there's a lot to, and the next event which is coming up, the Telangana Masters, will actually, part of it will be played inside the historic Golconda Fort. So there is, there's lots for the history buff to catch up with, as also for the golf buff. Our event leader on screen now, Rashid Khan, up the road by 4 shots from the overnight leader Angad Chima. Rashid is his third.
A relentless competitor is Rashid Khan, hungry for a win. It's been 7 years since the last one. I've had the good fortune of playing alongside him in the Indian team. And beautiful shot here by Rashid, setting himself up for yet another birdie opportunity, about 8 feet away from the hole. And I was saying that he's a relentless competitor. You will always find him trying to claw back. He will always you see him fighting it out. In fact, over the last couple of months, viewers must have seen, I can tell you Rashid wasn't on top of his game. But one thing that he didn't do was he never stopped attacking. He just kept going at it. And he would play the most aggressive golf that he knows how to play. And that's the way he's played since he was a kid. There we have Subhash Tamang from Nepal with that tee shot. Makes it onto the right side of the hole over here on hole number 14. 14th here is a par 3 spanning over 177 yards. Pin today on the 14th is 20 in and 9 from the left. So very much an attackable flag location, though every challenge will come down to the kind of winds that the players have. There you see the rough there. What penalizing rough. Player can't even see the ball. Maybe a dimple or two. Chima there wondering, how do I get that club under the ball and make it stop?
Not just that, Rahul. Once he's on the green, he has to cater for the slope. Manu Gandas now on 14 on screen. Par 3. Former DP World PGTI Order of Merit, spent it here in Europe. As you can see, back to Chima. It's a difficult shot, but he's played it beautifully. Really choked down on the club. But even then, this is what he had to cater for. The ball will run away. But with the flag in a bit of a valley, he's actually seen the ball trickle back a few inches. So that was that much less distance for him to cover for what will be a birdie putt. Rashid Khan also will putt for birdie. Whereas Jairaj Sandhu, the longest hitter of the trio, is on the green in 2 and sitting on a putt for eagle. We've already seen 4 eagles recorded today on this hole, par 5 12th. So is it likely he's going to see another one? It's up to Gerard Sandhu to show us whether that can be done.
Sandhu putting for an eagle here on the par 5. Can he make this one? This will help Sandhu catapult upwards to 18 under par. He will jump straight away close to Angad Chima, right next to him in fact, if he was to make this putt. As he got it, and Gerard Sandhu with a stellar attempt over there. Still got about 5 feet remaining to come back. Maybe got that a touch more aggressive. Take a quick break as we come back to Chima's putt as well as Rashid's.
Presenting the expertise of wealth management with the power of a bank.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
पढ़ता है खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
Aerial view, and we'll just surprise you of what Angad Chima has done here to finish the 12th as we take a look at Rashid Khan. Rashid's birdie putt over here. So hit it from about 40 odd yards away from the green and done a fine job of that pitch. Rashid is a fine putter. He's always very aggressive with a flat stick. Oh, what a brilliant putt here by Rashid. Moves to 23 under par. 3 birdies on the trot to start that back nine. He's truly stamping his authority here on Vooty Golf County and the Telangana Open. Rashid Khan moves to 23 under par. Gerard Sandhu now. His putt for a birdie. Gave that eagle putt an aggressive touch. And here he is now from about 4 feet away. Sandhu leaked that one out to the low side. Just didn't sort of trust that line enough. It seemed like he didn't commit to it. Unforced error there for Gerard on this par 5. 2 brilliant shots to make his way onto the dance floor in 2. That will settle for a par. Gerard Sandhu would remain at 16 under par as he makes his way onto hole number 13, the par 4.
You have to feel a little robbed here, Rahul. You're on the green. Your first putt is for an eagle, and when you walk off, all you've managed is a par. And that would not be, would not make him too happy because that would have actually put him into a tie for third place alongside Hani Basawi, who himself is on a bit of a tear. He's picked up 3 shots on the run after making the turn, birding at 10, 11 and 12. So Manu Ganda is now on screen. this it's really, in fact, now we have to turn our gaze away from the top and down the order, because Angad Chima now is under threat from those who are behind him. The gap is close to just one. Like we just told you, Hani Basoya is only one shot behind Angad, and Manu Gandas is not too far away either. So it's becoming now another race behind inside the main race itself for the title.
Manu putting here on the par 3, about 20 feet away from the hole. Just like a right-left break in the end, and veers off towards the low side. Great control on speed there by Manu. The leader group now moves to hole number 13th, which is a reachable par 4, 315 yards. Hani Basoya on the screen now, currently at third position at 17 under par, coming off 3 birdies on the trot on 10th, 11th and the 12th. And here on the 13th, look, that fist pump gives us the idea that it's another birdie, and the birdie on the screen confirms that. And, Hani turning up here today in the red and black, customary Tiger Woods combination for the final day, and playing just like that. 3 birdies on the trot on the front 9, 2 bogeys to subdue the round a little bit, and then 3 birdies to start that back 9. In fact, 4th birdie perhaps now on the 13th. Manu Gandas. No trouble here. Back of the cup for Manu. Manu also looking for a win now. It's been some time. He's battled some injuries. He's had a year on the European tour, which after which he didn't quite go back after that due to the injury, and having a bogey-free round today. Currently 4 under par, 15 under for the tournament. There we have a look at the leaderboard. 5-shot lead for Rashid Khan through 12 holes on the final day of the Telangana Open 2026. It's had a second place finish this year at the DP World Players Championship, powered by Urbana. He's had another top 10 finish at Boulders Classic, which was held in the city of Hyderabad, and last win was the Trident Open in 2025. Just looking for his first one in this season is Manu. Basoya. Hani Basoya is currently 7th on the DP World PGTI's order of merit. And at this moment, I think even the player who is at 15th position on the order of merit is not safe, because there are back-to-back events all the way up to the Kapil Dev Invitational, which is for double the prize money of what the players are playing for this week. So players will have to really put on a good show if they want to get their spot into the DP World India Championship, because that's where the action really takes off for that 1 week for $4 million. Great shot here by Hani Basoya. Pin high, really showcases the type of ball striking he's exhibiting this week. The control on the yardages truly is one of the best ways to tell whether the player's ball striking is in shape or not. As news flows in, Hani Basoya has moved to 18 under par and tied Angad Chima at 2nd position. Chima now really has to not only look at Rashid Khan, but he's also having to look at Basoya, who has caught him at the second position as of right now. Chima will have to stop batting at his heels right now and really take off. Arjun Sharma. Sharma just about sticking around at 10th position right now. Is at -13 for the tournament. Also looking for a top 10 finish. And a brilliant shot that by Arjun, giving himself a solid chance for a birdie here on the 177-yard par 3. Pin today on the 14th is 20 in from the front and 9 from the left. Winds, since we last spoke about it, have gotten a little bit quicker. They were at about 24 kilometers per hour in the morning, and seems like the winds have become a little bit faster since then. Adding to the challenge, mounting that challenge along with the rough around the greens, and that's what it truly is. And Veera Lawat, no trouble to him from any of the winds, and he's put himself just on the right side of the flag. Another great display of ball striking. The 3 players in this group leaving their shots exactly pin height of the flag location. Truly a characteristic of a top player.
It's the lead group now, making the way par 4, 13th hole. And talking about the wind, and there's a quick update on the leaderboard. In front of you now, Rashid Khan, well in clear of the field. 5 up the road from two-way tie for second place between Hani Basoya, who's just joined Angad Chima, who seems to be stuck between first gear and second gear round. Jairaj Singh Sandhu, the third member of the lead group, is in a tie for fourth, alongside Dhruv Sharan, Joshua Seal, Akshay Sharma. So that's a big bunch there. And like you mentioned, it's now Angad Chima having to look back or sideways because he's threatens he's under the threat of being swamped by those who are behind. Because unless something very drastic happens now, Rashid Khan really has the bit between his teeth and he's running away with this. Again, the commentator's curse is something we hesitate to talk too much, too positively about, but there's a 5-shot lead at this point in time with the final 6-7 holes to go is a good place for the leader, and Angad Chima is not having a good day. You saw on the previous hole as well, he found himself in the worst place. Ball was buried. This one is even deeper. And Rahul, this will challenge him because from that amount of rough, you can't spin the ball too much. You really have to trust your strength and your touch to get the ball into a favorable position from there.
Certainly, it'll be tough to get out of that rough. We saw it earlier coming from the rough on that par 5 as well. He was just stuck in a position where he had to use that slope which was on the left side of the flag, and once the ball would have hit the slope from coming in from that rough, it had to go running. And you were absolutely right. It's the swale and that valley that you were talking about earlier that it got the ball back a couple of inches, and actually it stopped the ball. If it was flatter, it would have gone another few feet by. So yeah, absolutely, and that's the challenge of the golf course, and you want to keep the ball in the short stuff, and if you do, in that case, you have tons of birdie opportunities here on the course. Chima here is again caught himself in the rough, and you can tell how tough it must be to get that club to the ball with his entire shoes are completely covered by it at this stage.
I suspect it's the wind that has caught Angad out both times, Rahul, because the first one also on 12, which he should have actually, it was one of his very good chances of picking up a shot. He went past over the green. Here, I think he is drifted a little to the right because the wind picking up. He might just be fortunate in finding relief there, either because of a sprinkler head tournament director. Sushil Nagaraj there trying to make a point. From his side, he replied to Angad's request for relief, but before that it's Veera Lawat. 15 under par, and then tied 8th place. That will come as a relief for Veer. He's played well, but in patches, and he's also unfortunately dropped a little bit off the pace. 3 under for the day and 15 under overall. But he would have hoped for better. So this course may not be the longest round, but it is certainly providing its own set of challenges. Despite what there must be close to 800, maybe 1,000 birdies recorded in the last 3.5 days. But there is enough in this course to you test even the best.
There you go, right? Like that. This is what happens that under a situation of pressure and duress, your game goes into a new challenge mode altogether, and the situation starts to question you. And of course, there will be some misses here or there, but in this situation right now, you don't want to be caught in the rough that Angad is caught in, and especially on Hani Besoya. He knew it as soon as the putt came off. Didn't quite want 5 in a row, and still Hani Besoya stays at 18 under par. And Chima, on that par 4, it's a 315-yard par 4. The 14th hole, the 13th hole, my apologies, and Chima has tugged his drive a little bit, into the rough, and it's a tough up and down from there. And being a reachable par 4, players, of course, in their minds are accounting for a birdie here, and certainly important at the stage where Chima is at, because he does need respite from those drop shots in the front nine. Arjun Sharma now given himself a very realistic birdie opportunity, and kind of get a little bit more into that top 10. He is just about holding on to 10th position right now, and in fact even after this birdie he will be solo at 10th position. At 8th is Manu Gandas and Veer Alawat, both at 15 under par. Sharma, making no mistake here, moves to 14 under for the tournament.
That swells the number of people who are tied from 2 to 3. Manu Gandas and Veer Alawat up to this point. We can add the name of Arjun Sharma to that.
Chima coming up from behind the green now. It seems like he's got hitting his third shot now. Unfortunately, it seems like that rough really got the better of him. Oh, what a great shot here by Chima, nearly chipping it in for a birdie. What a brilliant attempt that. Angad Chima left with a little bit of a tap in. He is not very happy at this stage. He looks a little frustrated, a little dejected.
Quite understandably, Rahul. You could. This is the man who went 11 under on the second day, and he's looking around him and seeing people picking up birdie after birdie everywhere, and for some reason he's just put one on his name through the day. 3 bogeys on the front nine, made the turn, picked up 1 shot there. Would have hoped this was a start of a revival. Had an opportunity to close in on hole number 11, on hole number 12. Both have just slipped away, and yet another one. And like you made the point about Rashid, who's on the top left of your picture here from this eagle eye. Before that, Jairaj Sandhu to pick up 1 more shot.
Sandhu certainly needs this one to move to 4th position on his own. He is tied with a crowd as of now, and Jairaj with a super attempt over there, left with about 2 feet for a par. On 4th position currently we have a row of players: Dhruv Shoran, Joshua Seal, Akshay Sharma, Veer Alawat and Jairaj Sandhu, all the way tied up till the 8th position, and 9th is Manu Gandas at 15 under par. So it's crowded out here at 16 under. Angad Chima, Hani Besoya at 18 under. And this man right here on our screens now, Rashid Khan, leading the way by 5 shots. Holes are running out. Khan leads by 5 shots at 23 under par. Putting for a birdie. this to move to 24 under par. The unstoppable Khan. Oh, what a brilliant attempt that Rashid Khan. Never backing down. Stays at 23 under par as the players now move to the 14th hole. Leader group has completed 13 holes on this final day. And on the 15th, Hani Bisoya. Fifteenth hole is also a reachable par 4, 300 yards to the green. And Hani Bisoya finds the putting surface with his driver on the 15th hole. Pin today on the 15th is 31 in and pretty centered. And there we have the players on the green looking at what just happened here. How did that ball reach here? And Hani Bisoya pounding that driver up onto the green in one on this par 4. And nearly pin high or center green at that. Manu Gandas now putting from about 6 feet away. That ball veers off. Seems like there was a slight bit of a slope there, which maybe the player didn't account for. They just moved left aggressively.
That was the group up the road from Hanibasoya's group, and like you said, they must have been, where did that ball come from? Well, they were still completing their putts, but Rashid Khan now.
Khan now coming up on the par 3 14th. 177 yards. Brilliant shot here. Rashid Khan setting up yet another birdie opportunity here on the par 3. Just about under 6 feet away. Maybe 5 at best. Chima now. Chima knows that he's got to get something going at this moment. In fact, seems like Rashid Khan is playing on his own track at this moment. As I now bring you Shaurya Singh.
But all up to Wanga Chima now, Shaurya. He is really fallen off the pace. And at the top, there's relentless pressure from Rashid, because he's just not taking a step back. And as Rahul said, Rahul has played with him a lot, says he's an uncompromising player, and non-stop aggression. Aggression is his forte. And today he's not taken a step back. And he's actually leaving it all for those who are chasing him to track him down, and he has his foot on the floor. 5 under for the day, 23 under for the tournament, and the holes are running out.
Yes, they indeed are. And for Gerard Sandhu, he'll be looking to get to that second place position at this point in time. He's on hole number 14, the par 3. Second place position currently is at 18 under par. There's a duo, Hani Bisoya and Angad Chima, who's not been able to replicate some of that form that he showed us yesterday. Rather steady today has Angad Chima been at 2 over par. And it's understandable. It's very good in the first 3 days, and just a few shots don't go your way. Momentum is a rather funny thing, and it seems like it's going to indeed be a very tall task if he's trying to even get close to Rashid Khan with the menacing form that Rashid Khan is in, starting the back nine with 3 birdies on the trot, 5 shots ahead. And I think it's also, it's almost, when a dam, there's just been a lot of energy that's been building up. He's tried to win on previous attempts and has just come up short, but not this time. A lot of close misses, heartbreaks, and seems that this time he's going to get the job done, from what it appears.
Yeah, and from what Rahul shared with us earlier, Shaurya, he's never changed his approach. He knows only one way to play, and he's never taken a step back. He's played that way all the way through. And on screen, of course, the Chief Executive Officer, CEO of the DP World PGTI, Amandeep Joel. Thumbs up to someone around saying hello. Rather salubrious conditions now. Temperature has dropped a tiny bit. Wind has picked up. So yeah, and this is now turning out to be an issue for Angad because he is the only one in the top 20 who's over par. Everybody else is either level par or under.
Yeah, brilliant shot in there by Arjun Sharma. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, sometimes that can happen. A few breaks not going your way is all it takes. And Veer Lawat going with a very flighted approach. And why not? What a beautiful shot indeed. Almost a slam dunk right in there. I think he was just going for that. Missing his mark by a mere inch, but what a beautiful shot by Veer Lawat. Seems in brilliant form indeed, does Veer. Currently 4 under for the day and 16 under for the tournament. And it is the back nine, and we're already through halfway of the back nine, and it appears that Rashid Khan has taken complete control of this tournament. He's been in imperious form. Joshua Seal as well, making inroads. He's quite a few birdies on his own. He's made 7 birdies over the last 9 holes. So these golfers reveling in these beautiful conditions at Vooty Golf County here in Vikarabad. Jairat Singh Sandhu, left-handed player, here with the birdie putt on the par 3. Should break a little to his right at the end. Seems like he's judged it really well. Just sneaks away right at the end. And as we have a look at some of the other scores, we see Stepan Danik at 6 under par. Brilliant effort by him. That would move him to 15th position. The man from Czechia. 3rd year on tour. And a surprising choice. Going with the wedge. A greenskeeper's nightmare here coming true. Hani Bisoya, you better make sure you don't take a big divot here. On the par 4. And what brilliant execution. We like to see a lot more of that. Of course, you know, the greenskeeper would be looking on rather pensively, but I think he's done well. He just clipped it off the green.
Brave choice there, and unusual one, but successful in the end. He's set himself up very nicely to convert that. But not something you see very often, and not something we would recommend to our friends who will be playing golf here, there, and everywhere. Please do not pick this up, because this is a level of skill that is quite exceptional.
And if you do so, please do so at your own peril. You might find yourself on the outside looking in your club. Much to the chagrin of the entire greenskeeping committee. And we'll take a short break after this putt by Angad Chima. Oh, that's what the doctor ordered. That's exactly what the doctor ordered, and you can see what that means to him.
Rashid looking a little unsettled there. The contouring of the greens are proving to be a bit of a test, and very challenging pin positions too. And this looks like to be in the center of the green, but still plenty of break. And Rashid, who stepped away twice from the putt, was quite. You could see that he was not very sure which line to take, but no harm done. At least there's no blue on his card. It's a par at worst. And now after this, Jairat Singh also looking to clean up.
New feels good. New feels good. So true. This new feels good.
Excuse me. Can I get a bottle of peace, please?
Sure.
Naturally sourced from the Himalayas. Himalayan peace in a bottle.
Delivering golf anywhere you can imagine. That's smart logistics to a T.
Chima with that birdie has given Rashid Khan a little bit of food for thought. Now 4 ahead with 4 to go. This is what we like to see. A gritty battle. Not giving an inch. Rashid Khan now on the par 4 hole number 15, my apologies. Which plays to 300 yards only. It's a birdie hole. And he's come up a little short, has he? And this hole with the pin 31 from the front, right at the back. So playing to its entire length, and it appears that it's playing into the wind. So at this point in time, would be playing almost 350. I'm not quite certain if it's reachable. But Angad Chima does have the firepower. So does Jairaj Sandhu. If they can bunt one of those lower shots that goes under the wind and sort of hit the ground running, then maybe get all the way to the front edge. I think this hole is a little more welcoming to Angad. Given his length, he can even get beyond that bunker. So you want to carry on the momentum. Jairaj Sandhu has unleashed his drive, and he finds himself on the right-hand side. That's a little bit of a spot of bother. And it appears that we'll soon find out where Angad Chima has hit his drive. The tournament's a slew of tournaments lined up for these players. You know, you often harken back to the older days, and we never quite had such opportunities. Of course, that's the older generation always saying that. But these players definitely do have really a bevy of tournaments to choose from. And if you're good, you can really make the most of these gilt-edged opportunities. Telangana Golconda Masters next for 1 crore at the Hyderabad Golf Association as we have a look at the top 10 scores. And then you have Chennai Open, then Nava Raipur Open, you also have Bengaluru Open at the venerable Karnataka Golf Association. Then, of course, you have the crown jewel, the Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship being played at the expansive JP Greens Golf and Spa Resort, one of the longest golf courses in India and Asia as well, one of the longer ones. It's been lengthened and has a lot more bite, and it will be an interesting event to witness. The top 60 players will play that 2 crore event, no cut, guaranteed prize money, and of course a lot of prize money at that as well. And after that, the final order of merit will be decided. The top 24 players get to play the DP World India Championship at the Delhi Golf Club, worth a staggering $4 million American dollars, and yeah, that's a lot of money to play for. So of course, these players are fighting for those positions right now. Just to give you an update, let's have a look where Rashid Khan lies this year. He's at 14th, so he looks to be comfortably in. Angad Chima in 17th position would like to cement that because there are quite a few tournaments to go. So, you know, you want to make sure that if you're not winning, you at least come in second. You don't want to be dismayed and go, you know, let your position too much
first priority is certainly going to be making sure that they are in the top 60, because not only does that get you into the Tour Championship, it also makes sure you keep your car for the next year. So that's priority one. For those who are higher up the order, it's not then making, like you're saying, the top 24 to get into the big money one, which will probably decide the final order of merit, because even though Saptak Talwar is so comfortably placed at the moment, there could be a very big swing there, and maybe a late change in things. But anyway, as things stand now, the man on your screen, very, very well placed in this chase for a first win in something like 7 or 8 years. I think last one in 2019. So he will be not only hungry, he's looking very focused, but at the same time ready to take on whatever comes his way in terms of a challenge, as in this salmon pink bunker. Rashid Khan, you can barely see the top of his head there.
And this shot is going to be playing to almost 75 yards. It's a very difficult yardage for Rashid Khan in that bunker. One of those shots that players don't quite like, the mid-range bunker shot. And for good reason, as you've seen, he's come up short. And, bogey does come into play from there, unfortunately. I don't want to be the naysayer of doom, but that's a long up and down now for him. I think that was an unforced error. That bunker definitely in his yardage. Seems to be about 275 to carry that bunker into the wind. Could have either maybe laid up or gone a little more aggressive, and rather unfortunate to have found that in this moment, especially with Angad having made birdie. And would be interesting to note where Angad lies. Vishesh Sharma as well in 27th position on the order of merit has an opportunity to get into that big event. That would really be something for this young man. Akshay now on the par 5. What a beautiful shot. Works its way closer to the flag. Akshay Sharma, a master of that game in and around the greens. Shamim Khan, all-time money leader on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India, is in 28th position. No, Gerard Sandhu, almost out of sight, has a tricky shot indeed with the flag all the way at the back. Not quite certain what kind of lie he's drawn. Would need to be committed to this shot. Very easy to leave this shot of the green if you're trying to get a little too cute. And when I say you try to get a little too cute, means you try to get it a little too fine. Get close to the flags. Sometimes you just have to take your medicine. If you missed the green, just try to get about 15 feet. But I tell you, golfers, they are indeed a greedy bunch. If you don't want to leave a shot and you want to try and always extract victory from the jaws of defeat, sometimes you can bite a little bit more than you can chew. That's indeed a big drive by Angad Chima. As I said, it's playing into the wind, 300 yards to the front edge, and great effort by Angad, and puts him squarely in the driver's seat. If he can put this one in close, can give Rashid a lot more to think about. Has flown it all the way back. Needed a little more. We've seen that the ball really backs up to an abrupt halt here. Greens are at 10, but the surface is very nice. The ball spins a lot here. Gives himself a 10-footer uphill birdie.
Given the contouring of the greens, sorry, every one of them is actually a challenge. You have to really put the ball in the right places to make the most of your opportunities. Here we're seeing a good example of that. Look at that. It's just running it off the shoulder of the hill to what 3 feet?
Gerard Sandhu with an escape from Alcatraz. That would really make everyone proud. That kind of an escape is brilliant. He's about a foot away from the flag, and I thought that 10 feet would be good, but of course, in the proverbial hold my beer moment, that's what Gerard did. Hit it to 1 foot and showed us that he is a connoisseur of the shot game. Brilliant shot. Let's see if Rashid Khan can follow suit. Would be looking to fly this ball all the way back. We've seen all the players, even Veer and everybody else, opting to fly it all the way till the flag. Appears he's done that. Has that club face wide open. and comes up short as well, like Angad Chima. And now I think Angad Chima is definitely in an advantageous position because he'd get to see the line as well. Rashid Khan on a similar line, maybe a foot behind. So this hole can be a two-shot swing. You never know. And if that were to happen, then I'd say it's a game on once again.
We did see a big swing last week, only last week. So there is, still many possibilities, possible ends to this event. And Rashid has just, I think, opened the door just a little bit, giving Angad and Hani Basoy, who really is on a tear, something of a sniff at what should have otherwise been a fairly comfortable roll to the end.
Yeah, but that's the ebb and flow of a golf tournament. Now this is going to work its way to the flag. Should get better as we speak. And that's a masterful display of short game once again by Manu Gandas. And Angad Chima here deep in thought. I think it would be safe to say that if he is to try and win this tournament, this putt is almost a must-make at this point in time. Hani Basoy has made another birdie as well. He moves to 19 under par. So Rashid Khan needs to make this putt, otherwise he would feel the walls closing in on him. The chasing pack of wolves are hungry. Rashid Khan for his par putt on hole number 15 to maintain that 4-shot lead. Ah, look at that. Never a doubt. Confident man, Rashid Khan. It appears that today nothing is going to perturb this man. Brilliant save from the bunker. Angad Chima has an opportunity to make birdie here.
But that was an important putt, Shaurya, definitely. I mean, a miss here, a bogey here, would have seen, like you mentioned, a two-shot swing, which is probably the last thing Rashid would have wanted. But that was some nerveless putting. I mean, it's just underlining just how well he's playing now, this closing stretch of the Telangana Open. He is not taken a step back. He's been, up to the task of making the most of every opportunity that comes his way, being solid when he needs to be to save a situation. All in all, it's very, very impressive golf from this man.
Angad Chima had got a foot in the door, but it appears that Rashid Khan firmly shut that door of hope and says, not today, Angad. I'm here for retribution. Angad Chima, that putt misses, and I think that might as well be the last throw of the dice for Angad. Now with 3 holes to go, the lead widens to, it remains 4 shots, my apologies. But Rashid definitely dodged a bullet there. And what a beautiful birdie it would be by Jairaj Singh Sandhu. He's almost a little under the radar, gets to 17 under par. And this is the putt. Ah, look at that. Never a doubt. Call. Jairaj Sandhu. And now at hole number 18, Amardeep Malik. Experienced golfer. Has always played his golf out of Noida. And this would be his 19th season as a professional, if I'm not wrong. Or rather 20th. And he as well is in with a shot to play that tournament. Amardeep Malik is currently at 22nd position, so knows how important it is. As we have a look at Nepal's Subhash Tamang. And an unfortunate miss for him on the par 5. Amardeep Malik currently sits at 16,61,298 rupees, and that's good enough for a 22nd position. And he's about 18,000 ahead of Abhinav Lohan. There's still quite a few tournaments to go, but these players understand that you have to make the most of your moments. Still 5 tournaments to go. A lot of chop and change can happen. Manugandas after that really well executed chip shot here for his birdie on hole number 15. This is the hole that Anga Chima made an eagle yesterday, almost made a 2. He would be hoping for similar fortune today as well. Only 3 holes to go. Manugandas makes that putt. And for all of you who are joining us at this point in time, we'd like to welcome you to the Telangana Open 2026 on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India, one of the premier tours of the world. We have big tournaments here. The fields are open. You can play the qualifying school next month. And I mean, the world is your oyster. The great thing is that almost all the tournaments happen inside our country. We also have co-sanctioned events with the DP World Tour, the Hotel Planet Tour, and they've signed some few partnerships with other tours as well, and those will definitely bear fruit next year. It's going to be a very enriching season for the players. A lot of opportunities. And if you're watching this from any part of the world and you think you can golf your ball, then I'd say you book your next plane ticket to New Delhi. And we have the qualifying.
A little while ago, and back to the action of the clouds are moving in, but the forecast was for no rain as such. But look at that, so some textbook golf hitting approach work from even with the wind as high as it is now. Look at it's really gusting. The flags are horizontal to the pole, and it gives you an idea of how much extra the players have to cope with over the last 4 or 5 holes of this Telangana Open at the Vooty Golf County.
Yes, it was indeed the Golf Conduct Kingdom, 1518 to 1687. And Cholas were in Tamil Nadu, so got my history a little wrong, but I'd say close enough. And the race to DP World India Championship, Saptak Talwar still leading.
Jared Hack, who made an impact on the
A season of relentless battles will come down to one final destination. The DP World India Championship this October.
Look at that!
Top 24 of the DP World PGTI will earn the right to be here.
Performance, the prize.
It's where ambition meets greatness, where champions are challenged, and history is waiting to be written. Race to the DP World India Championship is on.
Back to the action. Honey Besoya, 19 under par on the par 5. Anga Chima as well at 19 under par. Veeralava Jairaj Sandhu. Final few holes. And quite a few contenders running out of holes to make an impression. Hani Besoya now 6 under par for the day. Is alongside Angachima, only two players who can still try and beat Rashid Khan to the title. But it appears that it's going to be a futile effort. Never say never, though. We saw that the previous week as well. Quite a few red numbers here. 6 under par, Stepan Danik. 5 under par, Shubham Jaglan, who was the winner at Tollygunj in spectacular fashion with the driver and a wedge to inch his way to his first victory. Brilliant play that was, and he's playing well this week as well. He's at 8 under par as you have a look at Arjun Sharma. On the par 5, this is going to break to his right. A fairly comfortable chip because it has a lot of break in it, so you have a wider target, so as to speak. No need to be that precise. Leave it on the left hand side. It should work its way back, and that is it's getting better as we speak. That looked like he left it a lot shorter. I was thinking that that would stay at least 10 feet short, but it's worked its way to about 5 or 6 feet. I think in the end, that's good enough.
Very clever use of the contouring of the green shot. I thought it was very impressive. Maybe he could have done a little bit better, couple of feet closer, but you take what you get, and certainly there's plenty to take from this one. Yes, coming back to the order of merit, if Rashid does go on to win here, he is currently 14th on the list. He will vault all the way into the top 5. So that, so this incentive upon incentive for everybody, of course, and especially more so for Mr. Khan, who has been on the sidelines, watched many of his friends and competitors win for the last so many years, 6 or 7 years. And here's a man who's giving a serious run to the leader. Hani Basoya has picked up shots by the hatful, and is really now almost in a position to pull even clear of into second place by himself.
Yeah, he's with this birdie, he'd be 6 under on this 9 itself. Fast and furious indeed on this back 9. He's made a run for it in spectacular fashion as Hani Basoya. Arjun, after that chip shot, surveying his putt. The order of merit battle is also going to get a lot feistier as the tournaments roll on. And for our viewers who are watching, they do understand that there's a lot of stake. We keep harping about the DP World India Championship, but that is indeed what these players are playing for. An opportunity, just to put it in perspective, this week is 1 crore in prize fund. The DP World India Championship is going to be close to 37 crore, 36 crore. So the end, that is somewhere that the players really want to be at. Arjun Sharma, this putt would help get him a little closer to that. And yes, beautifully done. Brilliant birdie by Arjun Sharma. And for players such as Arjun, they also want to get into the world ranking points table. He gets to 15 under par, and that's going to be good enough at this point in time for a 10th place position. But just a mere short away is a 4-way tie for 6th position. So needs to keep making those birdies. Last year, Arjun ventured to the British Open qualifiers. There are multiple stages. He went through 2 and played really well, but unfortunately, right at the last hurdle, was not able to get through. But shows you that if your game is good and you can travel, there's a world of opportunities that is waiting for you. Currently, of course, waiting for the victor will be a beautiful trophy here at the Telangana Open 2026. Hani Basoya to get to 20 under par. Yes, indeed. Good number as well. 20 under par, double digits, twice over. And a birdie. And this hole is playing downwind, so would often offer an opportunity for both Rashid and Angad to get close to this flag. And Jairaj as well. Jairaj is also a very long hitter. Maybe, I'm not quite certain, maybe he has Angad by a few yards off the tee. Jairaj can get it well about 290, 295 in the air. Angad gets to about 285, 290 in the air. Veeralawat. Beautiful eagle by Veeralawat, making short work of this hole. And he too moves to 19 under par, does Mr. Alawat. I think that mustache is bringing him luck. He should keep it.
Suddenly there's a three-way tie in second place now behind Rashid Khan. Rashid, of course, well cleared, 23 under par. 19 under par, Hanif Basoya. 19 under par, Angad Chima, our overnight leader. 19 under par now, just in front of your eyes, Veeralawat with that beautiful eagle. So yeah, there's still a great deal to play for. There's pride, there's money, and placings. So yes, indeed. And as Shaurya and Rahul have been mentioning, this is a crowded schedule leading to the Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship, where the top 60 will go. Week after week we have events. Hyderabad is up next, Chennai after that, New Raipur after that, Bangalore after that, leading to the Tour Championship at JP Greens the last week of September.
And that is Heartbreak Hotel for Amardeep Malik. Sometimes gravity doesn't quite come to your rescue. Amardeep Malik works a lot on his fitness, and I think over the course of his career that's definitely paid dividends. Takes his golf very seriously. Got married a few years ago, also became a father about a year ago, so good things happening for Amardeep Malik.
Oh, and to his right, a very familiar figure also from the Noida golf course, Anna, his caddy, calm, quiet man, very good at reading lines, and always there with a smile whenever you bump into him. And a little bit of update on what's happening behind the scenes of the DP World PGTI, I have to say.
Dhruv Sharon now on the par 4 to also get to 17 under par. Yeah, well done. Dhruv has really worked a lot on gaining speed as well. Probably one of the longest drivers on the Professional Golf Tour of India. My apologies, the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India. Has a flat ball flight and carries it about 305, can even get to about 310. And in drier conditions, he can get to almost 370 with a rollout. Is really good. And so is this man, the big Ugandan, Joshua. Really, this would be one of his better finishes on tour. And not to be this final putt misses on the lower side for Joshua, but I'm certain he's a happy camper given the overall result this week. He's definitely found something in his game. Had quite a few struggles previous years and even up to the last few tournaments, and has worked on something which is paying rich dividends for Joshua at this point in time. You can see that bridge acting as a little bit of an isthmus connecting the two pieces of land.
This is, I think, one of the signature holes of this course, in fact, Shaurya, the par 3 in the island course. We head into a short break now at this point, and we will be back with you the rest of the action, taking you to the end of play shortly after the break.
पड़ता है खेल खेलता है झूलता उछलता है दौड़ता कभी कभी दौड़ कराता है आगे आगे बढ़ता है इंडिया अमूल दूध पीता है इंडिया
Presenting the expertise of wealth management with the power of a bank.
Excuse me. Can I get a bottle of peace, please?
Sure.
Naturally sourced from the Himalayas. Himalayan peace in a bottle.
Back to the action on the par 5, which is really been taken to task by majority of the field. And you've seen eagles, birdies, few high numbers as well, surprisingly there. But majority of the field has definitely enjoyed this hole. Rashid Khan still leading the tournament by 3 shots. Rashid Khan on the par 5 has missed the green. On the front right, we've seen that we saw that chip shot by Arjun Sharma. Maybe Rashid employs something similar. That's what he's done, and he's hit it to perfection. Beautiful shot by Rashid. It's about 3.5 feet. I'm pretty certain that Raul that he should be able to make that and get to 24 under par.
Well, Khan is on a complete tear. He's an unstoppable man at this point, and hungry lad that he is. He's been waiting for a victory since 2019, and as I spoke about this a few moments earlier as well, one thing I have to really give it off to this guy. Even when he was not playing very well, a couple of months ago, in fact, even last year, he never stopped playing aggressively, no matter which golf course he was playing. So he stayed true to his nature, and I think that's what's really paying dividends as of right now. And I think that's what's really going to pay the dividends in the future. And one of the other things is that he always, his determination to get it going was always as strong as it was when I knew him 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's there. And the other thing is that he backs himself and delivers. I think many players still try to retain that aggression, but the game doesn't quite, deliver. Or the clubs don't do the talking anymore. But he's been able to retain both. The only thing where I think he faltered was the putter somehow was not working for him, as I said, on the previous final days. But now today you've seen that he's been able to hold putts. Otherwise, he's been really good for the last 5-6 years. As we have a look at Jairaj Singh Sandhu. And that is...
compared to the round that Sandhu had yesterday, he's had a very sedate back nine today, and that one also coming back all the way close to the hole, using the slopes as if it's the back of his yard. Gerard Sandhu really bringing on the heat with that wedge.
Yeah, that's artistry right there. I thought that he'd hit that a little too far, but brilliant execution and ability to utilize the slopes. We've seen Hani Bisoya hit a lob wedge off the green, and now we've seen this beautiful shot as we have a look at Arjun Sharma.
Sharma here on the 17th hole. 17th here at Vooty is a par 4 of 475 yards. A long one at that. And Arjun should be going with somewhat like a mid-iron into this green.
I saw Arjun last month at JP Green's golf club, and he changed his irons, gone with just goes over the green, gone with stiffer shafts and a little heavier as well. Seemed to be paying dividends for him. More control on the irons, it appears.
Sharma was hanging by at the tie for 9th right now at 15 under par. Let's take a look at Gerard Sandhu after that brilliant chip attempt. Gerard here on the par 5. And quickly back to Honey Basoya as we take a look at his second shot on hole number 17. Honey, who is clearing away right now into second position at 20 under par. A brilliant showing today by Honey. He's left himself on the putting surface, a long way away though for a putt for birdie. It's about 30 odd feet away, maybe a touch more than that. Jairaj now trying to catch a shot. The shot, if he makes this birdie, it should get him to 18 under par and be all by himself at 5th position. Right now he is tied there at 17 under par. Bogey-free round by Dhruv Shoran today, 6 under par to finish at tie for 5th as of right now.
Yeah, he's at 17 under par alongside Gerard Sandhu. Would be looking to get to 18 now with this putt. Oh, that in the end went the other way, so it's not going to be a birdie for Gerard. For all his good efforts, he's only going to be able to get a par on this hole, and you can see that he's a little despondent with that. Rashid Khan, really good sportsman is Rashid Khan. Plays a lot of cricket as well. We've played a lot of fun cricket matches, and believe you me, he has the ability of hitting big sixes with the leather ball. He has a lot of fast twitch muscle fiber and very spirited on the field as well. Still does those full dives and whatnot, and bowls a mean off spin, I'll tell you.
Chima now coming up for a putt here on the par 5 16th hole. He's slightly away from where Rashid's ball is. You can see Rashid's marker about 3 feet ahead of Angad's. Angad needing to get a birdie to move to a tie for second with Honey Basoya. Chima really needs to make some damage over the next 3 holes as he finishes. If he can finish them on, with 3 birdies on the trot, it'll be great for him. So he can go back, go to the next event. Chima seems to have overread that one. Maybe Jairaj's ball seems to have miffed him a little bit.
Yeah.
Similar lines though for both players.
But I saw Jairaj's ball break a lot more considerably from right to left, and this sort of just went through the break.
I have a feeling that he probably took a tad bit extra looking at Jairaj's putt, and maybe he should have just stuck around with his own. Because sometimes we don't know. Maybe the player just struck the putt a little bit on the weak side.
Now, surprising thing, all 3 of them are putting from the same line. Now, Rashid Khan has seen 1 missed on the left, 1 missed on the right. Now, is he going to fire a bullseye here?
If I know this guy at all, he's going to play the lesser line and he's going to hit it firm.
That is how the greatest putters in history have putted. Greg Norman, when he was on top of his game, said that I used to hit putts at least 2.5 feet by, and that was the kind of confidence he required to knock them in the back of the cup. Rashid Khan also very similar. Doesn't baby them in. Look at that, look at that. This is really... See, he's gesticulating to him that it went the other way. His putt turned left to right, and Jairaj's putt went the other way. Could it be that...
I think this is all Jairaj's fault. Unless and until... Because he hooked that putt and... faded from his side.
Yeah.
And that just completely left Angad using a little bit extra line, and then so did Rashid, and both players gesticulated that the ball moved the other way around.
And you know, the fact is that this is just a foot and a half, but you can see that Angad and his caddy are definitely in an animated discussion about the line because they're all absolutely flummoxed by this putt. So they want to be certain that you don't get a wrong line on this one. I don't think I've quite seen him line up on a putt this short, but I think it's absolutely warranted because it's breaking either way on its own whims and fancy. I say putt like this, just close your eyes, keep it in the center, take the God's name, and just hit it firm.
Please don't listen to him, ladies and gentlemen.
As you wait with bated breath, this short putt is actually kind of scary, to be honest, Rahul.
Hold on to your seats. No trouble. Angad Chima saves a par here. Would have definitely needed a birdie and wanted one, but he's still got 2 holes to go. Can he cook up 2 good birdies to finish off this tournament in style and be at second position? Currently, Honey Besoya has pipped him to that position, and there we've got Honey on the screen as we speak of him. 20 under par currently, 3 shots away from the leader.
That's a very good putt indeed. Just turns away at the last moment. I had a question, I had a thought. Is it that the left-handed player, when putting, everybody imparts a little bit of spin on the ball, almost not discernible while putting? It's not always perfect end over end. And a left-handed player might be imparting a different kind of spin as opposed to a right-handed player. So the ball might not always behave the same when hit by a lefty or a righty. Do you think that might be something on a shorter putt? Or am I trying to split hairs?
No, certainly. How the player caught the ball at impact. Was the putter moving absolutely square on square? We don't know all of those things. Some players have tendencies to cut putts. Some players have tendencies to hook putts. And players learn over time to play with those tendencies. We can't only blame the line for it. Jairaj could have hit a weak putt for all we know.
I just used to miss putts.
Well, there's a reason why you and I are sitting here, my friend.
So whether you cut them or whether you work them the other way, just make sure they find the bottom of the cup. And somebody who's been finding that rather frequently is Rashid Khan. Only 2 holes to go.
I also find the bottom of my cup just with my coffee, though.
I think that's good enough for this moment. Veer Alawat on hole number 17. Sun-baked green and beautiful putt by Veer Alawat.
Alawat moves to 20 under to tie Honey Besoya at second position.
Yeah, Angad Chima is losing currency at this point in time. Needs to make a birdie or two to secure sole second position. He's in third now.
It's funny how golf progresses right through the motions. When you saw this tournament 36 holes in, you thought that Angad Chima is completely on fire, and here we are now. Chima, in fact, even yesterday on the third round looked like he was completely on fire, and this tournament's his at shot of 65 yesterday, and here he is today. Chima on the screen, teeing off on hole number 17, the par 4. He's not made any big numbers out there. He's just had a very slow start. He's made three bogeys in the first 6 holes, and that of course sort of leaves you in a tough position. He's only been able to get 2 back from the course.
But what I most liked about him that he came back on the back 9, had a hard front 9, 3 over, 2 under on the back 9. So that's all I can expect. Rashid Khan almost nonchalant on that swing. That finds the right rough. That'll be in a little bit of a spot of bother. But he's almost coasting with 3 shots ahead. But you never know. Honey Besoya is on a tear, 6 under par. Veer Alawat, we just saw him move to 20 under par and 1 hole to go. So they could get to 21 under par. So Rashid needs to be wary of that because we've seen on the professional golf tour of India that it's not quite done till it's done.
Certainly, we've got 2 holes to go, but anything can really happen, especially Veer and Honey now at 20 under par. Just 3 shots away. We know we're running out of holes, but you never know. The drama always has its way of unfolding. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on tight to your seats and get yourselves a bag of popcorns. We take a look at Veer Alawat, former DP World PGTI #1.
Also had that runner-up finish 2 years ago at the Indian Open, which is a co-sanctioned event with the DP World Tour. Almost won it. That was quite the achievement. Sizable check. I'm assuming the biggest of his career, and really almost at the most historic victory. Well, we have a look at Hani Bisoya going with the 3-wood of the tee on hole number 18. Brilliant action through the ball does Hani Bisoya have. Strong, a lot of burly strength that really comes in handy in golf. You know, in all other sports, you might have a certain physique or body type that lends itself better to golf. I think golf, you just need to be strong and have speed. You have to have one of these two attributes. And if you have both, well, then I think you're unbeatable.
There, this man on our screens now, Arjun Sharma, he's got both. He has strength and he has speed. Finds the middle of the fairway over here. In fact, Veer Alawat in 2025 had quite the season, Shaurya. He won 2 titles and had 4 top 10s. And he only had 8 tournaments that he played on the tour. And which included 3 third place finishes. So Veer had quite the season. He won the Victorious Choice Presents Jaipur Open, powered by Shubhashish Homes, and the Sidco Open, which was presented by Larsen and Toubro at the new golf course in Navi Mumbai. So what a fantastic season even 2025 was for Veer on the PGTI. 2 titles within 8 tournaments. That's quite the number.
Yeah, brilliant strike rate. Matches that of Tiger Woods in his prime, I believe. He was at 24, 23%. I think in golf normally see for the best of golfers 1 or 2% is really good, but those numbers indeed are praiseworthy.
When are you hitting your prime?
I'm still waiting for it, my friend. As they say, I have a bright future behind me. Now we have a look at Subhash Tamang. Rashid Khan doesn't miss a beat. He plays golf really quickly. This is what we would implore everybody else to do as well if they can. And that's a pretty good shot from there. Long hole, he found himself in the rough. Subhash Tamang on the final hole. This should break right at the end to his right, just ever so slightly. And just stays a little short for him. The putter has been behaving a little bulky right at the end. Jairaj Sandhu from position A can attack this flag from here, from the fairway. Sandhu now. This is, I think he's maybe missed the green just to the left-hand side. We'll soon find out. We're not quite certain yet. Akshay Sharma at 16 under par. There's a log jam on that number. 15, 16, 17. There'll be some of the few players who will be singing Freddie Mercury's song, I Want to Break Free. You don't want to be tied with other players. That reduces your prize money. Of course, it's all for pride and glory here, but and he's got both pride, glory, and greenbacks. Well done by Akshay Sharma. Just casually walks that in. And thank you for being with us on this journey. We really do appreciate all the viewers who tune in. You've made the Telangana Open 2026 a lot more special with your presence.
Manu Gandas now here on the 18th hole. A quick mention to all players who made the biggest moves on the leaderboard today. Mohammad Akbar Hussain, who's finished at a tie for 13th position. 6th position jump today with a 3 under par on that scoreboard. Birdie putt here for Manu Gandas as I run you through who made the biggest jumps on that board today. Unfortunately, Gandas would go on to tap that in for a par. Manu Gandas would stick around at 15 under par for the tournament. That would get him a top 10 finish, tied alongside Arjun Sharma. Clearly not quite happy with that, sending the ball into the water hazard.
I often think if I can position myself somewhere right on the 18th where a golfer has missed a putt, maybe get some of those premier golf balls. So that's why I say you please, for our viewers, do watch these events and come here physically. You never know. Catch a stray, not a stray bullet, a stray ball.
And go back home with like a bag of Pro E1s.
Well, no, the players only miss a few putts, but if they do, of course, they're more than happy to
As they say, you have to be at the right place at the right time, my friend.
Absolutely. I took my son to the Indian Open last year, got quite a few autographs and golf balls as well. I used him as a prop.
Lucky for him, he knows a guy who knows a guy.
As we go to Arjun Sharma, children are so pure and their thoughts are rather interesting. I'll just complete that story as we have a look at hole number 18, Arjun Sharma. Beautiful swing.
Nice and easy swing there by Arjun, very controlled iron play and a lovely shot there, controlling that yardage absolutely beautifully on that approach shot.
Beautiful shot indeed. Nice and relaxed as we have a look at Honey Bisoya.
That strength and flexibility, both of them really coming into good use there with that iron shot.
Yeah, for Akshay and Honey Bisoya also really built for strength, I'd say.
Honey can actually pound it quite a long way. Another swing which is very, very nice is Honey's. Honey and Veer actually swing it very similar in terms of very easy looking technique. It doesn't look like they're doing very much with the technical part of it. Looks very easy. They turn their body a lot and create a lot of speed with that. Big guys.
Oh, that needs to spin back. A little bit too much speed on that occasion. And I was talking about that story. I'll just complete it after this shot. Honey Bisoya really puts a good descending blow on that ball and takes a sizable divot each and every time. Strong in the arms. Good through the ball as well. And that is all right. Pin high, just to the right. So that is probably hole number 17. Rashid Khan is that, I'm assuming. We'll soon find out if that, yes, it appears to be Rashid Khan. It's the last time I went, took him for a tournament. He said, "Are you just going to talk or are you going to play as well?" I said, "Son, that's a nerve that you don't want to pinch."
And another, going back to the biggest jumpers on that leaderboard, Stepan Danik has moved up 21 positions on that leaderboard today by shooting a 6 under par. Akshay Niranjan, 9 positions have been jumped with a score of 3 under par on that board. Mohammad Azhar with 9 position jump. Mohammad Azhar, of course, with his maiden title just last week. Pawan Verma has jumped up 8 positions with a round of 3 under. Shubham Jaglan, 16 positions up with a round of 5 under par. We've also got Anshul Kabtial, who's jumped up 15 positions with a round of 4 under par. N. Thangaraja with a 10 positional jump today with a round of 3 under par. At 31st position, he's tied alongside Anshul Kaptial. So big jumps here by lots of players. Also got Manish Thakran, who's jumped up 9 positions with a round of 3 under par. So lots of players, making the most of this final round. Of course, Shubham Jagla and Stepan Danek creating the biggest dent with that jump. And there is the man Angachima, 19 under par, putting for a birdie here on the 17th. Long par 4.
Has to traverse the entire width of the screen. And we'll have some work left in order to secure his putt. Difficult putt indeed. Now left with a 15-footer coming back. Last year, Mohammad Azhar finished in 20th position. I'm not quite certain if he played the DP World Championship. But this year, of course, he's already in 10th position. So
Jairaj coming up with a chip from the side of the green over here on the 17th. Seems to be going with a low bump and run sort of an approach. A low chip with a lofted club. Most good short game players actually end up using one club for chipping, and then they manipulate the club face, different types of shots. And Jairaj coming up just a wee bit short on that chip. Opposed to the old adage where players would use different clubs to actually roll the ball. That's only for one type of shot. Actually, most good short game players end up using one single club, which is their favorite, and then manipulate the club face to create the different types of flights and spins. As we take a look now at Angachima.
So I think I just had a look at the player record, and Azhar did not play, from what it appears, the DP World Championship this year. Now he's in 10th position, already won, so he'll definitely be getting into that tournament. What would it mean for a player like him, coming from humble backgrounds, to now be playing that tournament with the world's best? And you're playing at Delhi Golf Club, and you can get some more preparation, get a few more rounds, and imagine making the cut. It just means the world, and for our viewers to understand, it's really something.
I think Shaurya, it's an absolutely big deal. Of course, where he coming from humble backgrounds, and to be able to reach this place today where he's a top player on the Professional Golf Tour of India. He has just got his maiden title. Yes, it would mean a lot for him to be rubbing shoulders with the likes of Rory McIlroy, Tommy Fleetwood, Ryan Fox. At the same time, I think the tournament is such a big one. It has got such great names in it that I think for any of the players who are playing here, competing on the DP World PGTI, it means a great deal to be able to rub shoulders with those players. And yes, for any and all of them. And Angachima rolls one in over here, moves to 20 under par, and finally some respite for him. He would go on to tie Honey now onto the second position.
And Angachima.
Unfortunately, a bit of a mistake from my end. I think that was a two-putt, and that long putt was made to save a par here by Angad.
And a brilliant save indeed. A really good two-putt by Angachima. Has been able to stay at 19 under par. Now, if he can birdie the last, would get into a tie for second position. Jairaj Singh Sandhu. Greens are now playing at about 10 in the morning, but owing to the drying effect in the afternoons, they play to maybe even closer to 11. Oh.
Jairaj hasn't been able to put the heat on the putter today, unlike yesterday, where he had a complete row of birdies on that scorecard. Literally made 11 birdies yesterday, opposed to 2 bogeys on that scorecard. Hasn't quite had the heat on the flat stick today like yesterday. Honey Basoya on the 18th. Putting for a par, and no trouble here for Honey. Rolls that one in brilliantly and finishes with a 7 under par on that leaderboard today with a total of 20 under. He's currently all by himself at second position. Veer Lawat here. He's chipped up to this location after his second shot being at the back of the green.
You saw him straddling that putt on either side of the line. Is that also a variation of aim point for our viewers, or how do you ascertain the lie of the land or the gradient?
It's a part of the method actually. It's when the player steps up on the side, what he's trying to do is he's trying to find where the slope is going. So they're trying to feel that in the feet, and when you feel the slope under your feet like that, you also putt like that, just like Veer just did, and roll that one in beautifully from the right to the left. Veer Lawat also with a stellar round today of 7 under par, a total of 19 under on that leaderboard to be at third position. He's currently tied alongside Anga Chima, who's playing the leader group and has one hole to go.
That was a brilliant read and execution by Veer Lawat. And now this is what it comes down to. The final hole, the culmination of another brilliant tournament here at Vikarabad, Telangana. And this is where Rashid Khan will be crowned champion after the long wait of 7 years. He's really had to earn it. Victories never do come easy. Anga Chima will have a slight spring in his step after that beautifully executed putt on hole number 17. This is another swing that youngsters can emulate. Keeps his balance and finish each and every time, does Anga Chima. A friendly bounce that works out well.
Should be in the first cut. Shouldn't be too deep in the thick stuff. As we take a look now at the leader, Rashid Khan, with his tee shot here on the 72nd hole of the Telangana Open 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, he's gone out on an absolute tear today with rounds of 66, 67 and 65 in the first 3 rounds. He has made 6 birdies on that scorecard today, while he started off with a pair of bogeys on the first and the second. He's currently leading the tournament by 3 shots with this last hole to play.
Now Rashid Khan, the final driver of the T118. Aggressive play. That's what we like about him. No matter what the situation, the answer is always full steam ahead for Rashid Khan. That's something that the youngsters can emulate. But of course, when you do that, you live by the sword. You might die by it, but that's the only way that champions win.
Gerard Sandhu now, a left-handed golfer from Chandigarh. The pretty swinger of the club. He's hits the ball a long, long way. Very textbook swing. Puts in some good speed behind it. Finds the fairway. No trouble here for Gerard Sandhu. And I think Angad and Rashid opted to hit the big stick off the tee over here, but and Jairaj went with a utility iron.
I think if you have to look at the distance of the tees, Jairaj would be the longest in this group. Generates a lot of speed. Angad a close second. And Rashid has never been the longest of hitters, but has the ability to get it out there. With
He's
the
long
conditions.
enough, I would say. Long enough.
Yeah.
You wouldn't call him like one of the longest hitters on the tour, but he's not short by any means. If you take the far end of the average, is probably where he's at.
Yeah, he's especially on the DP World Professional Golf Tour of India, he'd be above average, and towards the longer and maybe somewhere in the 60th percentile, I'd say. But of course, he's really good, immaculate with the irons. I think that's where he separates himself from the rest of the field. Got great hands, generates a lot of speed.
And also, Rashid is currently 14th on the order of merit after last week's tournament, the Kolar Open, at 29,95,000 rupees in the kitty thus far. And this win will help him jump up multiple spots on that board as well. He will reach nearly 8th or the 9th, and there he is, all smiles.
Look at how happy he is. I think that's the happiest we've seen him in a while, cracking smiles and jokes. And that is what you want to see even about Anga Chima, dignity in defeat. You know, that's what That's what golf is all about. Pride and honor.
No, I think the experience also sort of teaches you it's always the better man on that day that ends up winning. And, Angad knows that he's tried to put his best foot forward today, but he hasn't quite been able to make the run for it. While Rashid, he's really put out his best today. He has gone out to make 6 birdies after 7 birdies, my apologies, after that bit of a rough start.
It takes a lot to appreciate your opponent, but that's one way that you grow. And that's what Rashid has also done over the years. He's been patiently waiting for this moment. It's been 7 years. And I think he also secured his Asian Tour card last year in the qualifying school. So, of course, he's trending the right way. As we look at our CEO and presenter, Volusia. They do make a great team indeed, and they bring in golf to the masses. It's really important. Open up more audiences who get to interact with the game of golf and see it in all its regality.
Sandhu now from the fairway. Seems to be going with a 9-iron or so to approaching this 18th hole. 18th hole, not very long hole on this course. It is a par 4 of 387 yards. Should be nothing more probably than a pitching wedge for him. 25 in from the front today and 7 from the left is his flag location.
And that is a beautiful shot by Cherat Sandhu, giving himself an opportunity for birdie here on the final hole. He's currently sitting at 14 under par, can have an opportunity to move into 8th position alongside Arjun Sharma, and Josh was sealed with a 16 under, so he'll be alongside Arjun Sharma for 8th. Now, Angad Chima at 19 under par, wants to get to 20 so he can have a tie for 2nd position alongside Hani Biswai. Currently sits in a 2-way tie.
Look for this one to get close to the hole. Strong swing there by Chima, looking at it intently. He's airmailed the green, and probably again another case of probably trying to go really far over the flag to impart that spin, but maybe gave it a touch extra than needed. As we now take a look at the leader, Rashid Khan, coming up on the 72nd hole for his 2nd shot.
I think Rashid has definitely gained some yardage because Angad hit a 3-wood and Rashid is about a good 15 yards by his 3-wood. So proves that he's hitting the sweet spot of the club. So there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes. He's a multi-sport athlete, is Rashid Khan, has a different approach altogether.
There he is, wasting no time, sticking to his routine. And a quick trigger pull there for Rashid.
Yeah, doesn't amble about at all. I think that's safely on the green, and now he'll have quite a few putts to try and easily win this tournament. It's taken a while, but he's definitely going to savor it, is Rashid, and especially at the right time. He's hitting his form right before the DP World Championship. Month or so, month and a half till that tournament, and that's in his backyard, Delhi golf course. He's played so much golf growing up, won tournaments there and whatnot, so he can be a menacing force if he's on form.
Absolutely. He's one of those players that even goes on a golf course like Delhi golf course where players like Rory McIlroy leave their drivers out, and he pulls out driver on a lot of holes on that golf course, trying to gain advantage of the distance off the tee, and doesn't back down. We spoke about this few moments earlier as well. He's an aggressive player, and no matter how he's played, he's gone with that same mindset through and through in his tournaments, and mostly it has paid him dividends. We have everybody really applauding Rashid's effort here. He's come into the 72nd hole. He's doing green in regulation and leading the tournament by 3 shots is Rashid Khan. And of course, with the way that he's been knocking on the door, all players and all the patrons, of course, appreciate the effort.
Both the Delhi boys on top of the leaderboard, Rashid and Honey. Veer Lawat in third position. Angad Chima has a little bit of work left in order to secure his par. Doesn't want to drop a shot now. He's played rather well on this back nine. 2 under par on the back nine, 3 over on the front. Dhruv Sharon in with a nifty 6 under par. Also a word of appreciation for the entire committee, greenskeeping staff. They've given these players a perfect canvas on which they've exhibited their skills. It's been beautiful. The conditions have been perfect, and so has the hospitality. Let's see if he can actually chip this in.
It's coming up from the back of the green there, and there we've got Rupinder Singh Gill, who takes care of the Vooty Golf County.
Well, I must commend him. He's indeed doing a good job.
Look now at Chima coming up from the back of the green over here on the 18th. He knows he should try to make it in, and the way he's eyeing it, he certainly is trying to. Came close to a chip in a few holes earlier. Will this be the one? A little more run.
I think that's almost comfortable distance. He should be able to make his par, and that will see him remain in for a tie for third. And that, all things considered, is a good week. Handshakes and smiles all around. Rashid Khan. Best round of the day thus far is 6 under par. Belongs to Stipan Danik. My apologies. Best is 7 under par. Hani Biswa and Veer Lawat. Second best is Stipan Danik at 6 under par, as well as Dhruv Sharon. This has been a low scoring week. A lot of birdies. A few eagles as well.
Well, the cut was applied at 1 under par. It was Rashid Khan now putting for a birdie here on the 18th hole. Long range away. He's put himself comfortably on the dance floor. He's got a 3-shot lead.
And nudges that safely close to the hole.
Left himself some work to do to end in style.
Gerard Sandhu with an absolute dart here on the final hole, pin high, with a very makeable putt here to get to 15 under par. Would be looking to make this. And that putter has unfortunately not been listening to his commands. Well, shall be taken to task, and he'll have to work a lot on that putter because his long game is just impeccable.
Absolutely, and it is a busy season. Players have a lot more tournaments to play over the next full month. Got back-to-back events all of September, and moving into the Kapil Dev Invitational, which will be for a prize purse of 2 crore rupees. So you want to be on song, and especially, you know, they say if you can have your driver and your putter in check, that should be good enough to give you the best scores out there. Chima now getting ready to putt for par. There we've got a close-up view of the tournament director, Dr. Nagrat.
Yeah, looking rather cool with those shades on, Dr. Nagrat.
It's a thing, right, isn't it? Everyone who seems to wear those shades looks pretty cool. Seems like the man on the screen, Angad Chima, but he does take them off for putting.
Absolutely.
Seems like he doesn't quite like reading the line with them.
Yeah, that's something that I found as well. It's a little difficult to putt with them on. Angad Chima. Pretty straightforward putt. Well done, Angad Chima. A third place finish here.
Chima would not be quite happy with that, but Chima has put in a really good effort today, coming back from a very slow front nine with 3 bogeys in the first 6 holes and turning at 3 over par. He has managed to get a couple of shots back from the course and finish at 19 under for the tournament. It's been a great week by Angad. He's shot rounds of 70, 61 and 65 and a 73 to close it. And I'm sure he will be going home with a lot of confidence and be completely charged up for the coming tournaments.
Absolutely. You can see he's a fan favorite, is Rashid Khan. You can see the support is building up, and they're asking Angad Chima, saying, wait, and after 7 years, 7 long years, just like Odysseus was stuck on the island of Calypso for 7 years, the same way Rashid Khan had to wait 7 years to cull the demons and finally get that victory that he deserves. It's victory number 15 for the famous golfer Rashid Khan. King Khan once again wears the crown, and as they say, heavy rests the crown. And it's not going to be that weary, this head. He's a brilliant player, is Rashid Khan.
It must be an absolute breather for Rashid, to come through after 7 years. The last win for him was 2019, and since then he's been through the trials and the tribulations of the sport, shooting rounds of 66, 67, 65, and a 67 on the final round to shoot 23 under par here at the Vooty Golf County in Vikarabad, Telangana, just outside of Hyderabad. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been an absolutely fantastic week for the golfers. Thank you to Vooty Golf County for the great golf course that they've presented us with. The weather conditions were absolutely fantastic, so the weather gods were pretty happy as well, and the course has been impeccable. It's helped the players, play their best out there, and you can tell so if you look at the leaderboard. Rashid, of course, putting out the best show there with 23 under par on the leaderboard. Hani Basoya at 20 under. Veer and Angad finishing at a tie for third position at 19 under par. And the rounding up of the top 10 happens at a score of 14 under par. It really goes to show the depth of the field here on the DP World PGTI. The players have put an absolutely fantastic show at this tournament. We've got players shooting, total of under par for 72 holes all the way down till the 39th position. It's been absolutely fantastic. 42 players have finished at under par for this week. There we have got
7 years,
the
7
view of the
long
golf
years.
course, and that was the winning
Just
putt,
like
ladies and
Odysseus
gentlemen,
was stuck
of
on the island of
Rashid's,
Calypso
there we have
for
his
7 years,
entire
the
fan
same way
following
Rashid Khan
gathering around him because
had
they
to
know
wait 7
what
years
it
to
means.
cull the demons and Yeah, finally indomitable spirit get of that man. victory that he deserves. It's They say you can't victory keep a good number man 15. down. Rashid Khan with round of 66, 67, 65 and 5 under par today. Gets it done in style here in Vikarabad. He's going to be richer by 15 lakh and a lot more world ranking points, which are going to come in handy. And the final leaderboard, ladies and gentlemen, reads as thus. Rashid Khan, Hani Basoya, Angad Chima, Veer Lawat, Dhruv Sharon, Akshay Sharma, the international player Joshua Seal from Uganda, Arjun Sharma, Jairaj Sandhu, Manu Gandas. A dominant performance by the Indian players, and none more so than Rashid Khan. It's been quite the week here in Telangana. We're going to be here next week as well. Rich schedule is in the offing, and a lot of opportunities for the viewers to watch us here or even head on over to the locations. Next week, we're going to be at the Hyderabad Golf Association for the Telangana Golconda Masters. And then the Chennai Open, Nava Raipur Open, Bengaluru Open, and Kapil Dev Invitational Tour Championship 2026 being played at Greater Noida. And then, of course, the final tournament, the feather in the cap of Indian golf. I'd say maybe even Asian golf. That's one of the biggest tournaments that happens in this part of the world. DP World India Championship, where the defending champion is Tommy Fleetwood. And the British Open champion Ryan Fox will also be in attendance, and would be rather interesting to see how they contend with the Delhi Golf Club. Give them some food for thought. And these are the players who've finished in position 11th to 20th. Subhash Tamang, Shivinder Sisodia, Viraj Mandappa, MD Akbar Sen, Japan's Koichiro Ishika, Stefan Danik from Czechia, Akshay Niranjan, Vishesh Sharma, the youngster. We saw him playing alongside the leaders yesterday. Another good finish for him. That inches him closer to his target of playing that much wanted event. And MD Azhar, your champion golfer from previous week, and the affable Kushal Singh, aka Rocky, also at 9 under par. Please do stay with us as we bring you the rest of the proceedings and the prize ceremony as well shortly. Rahul, what do you think this victory does for Rashid Khan, and where does he go from here?
You know, we spoke about this earlier as well, because every other week Rashid is knocking on the door, and you know, I said this earlier and I'm going to say it again. It was something that Rashid needed. You know, he needed to break through the door, and once he's gone through the door, I can promise you he's going to win many more in the next couple of weeks, and that next year he's going to actually be able to walk into 2027 with that bunch of confidence, because he knows back again that he can do it. You know, I mean, I think he always knew it in his heart, but to actually be able to do it and take that into the following season, that would just make Rashid back to what he has always been. He's been, you know, a dominant player, and he's always a tough competitor. And this would, you know, be good for him, as he thinks now that the game is back in shape, which it actually is. You know, he's struggled with his swing for quite some time. And that sort of, you know, trickles down into the rest of the parts of the game later. So it's been fantastic. It's been fantastic to watch him do what he's been doing, and we'll now go slowly but surely into the highlights of play of the day. And it's been fantastic to see this golf course. What a lush green setting this has been for the players to be competing in. Ladies and gentlemen, please stay with us as we will now move towards the highlights of the tournament. Dhruv Shoran here on the 10th with that birdie attempt from the long range away. He had airmailed the green and did a fine job of that putt. Rolled that one in beautifully for a par. That's Manu Gandas. Manu Gandas, who comes out from Gurugram, has come through from injuries and whatnot, struggles, but has stuck through. He is also back in form. Akshay Sharma from Chandigarh. A brilliant shot here by Akshay. Comes up just towards the back edge of the green, and there Manu Gandas once again on the screen. Really has spent a lot of time in the gym in the off season. What a brilliant shot this one for Manu on the par 4. Spent that time in the gym, is really showing, become very fit back again. Hani Vesoya, a man who needs no introduction today. He's shot 7 under par to finish at 20 under and second position on his own. He's pipped all the players. Veer Lawat also finishing at third position with a round of 7 under par, 19 under for the tournament alongside Angad Chima, and that is Manu Gandas coming from back of the green with a stellar chip, just a few feet short of the hole. Lots of undulations on these greens here at Vooty Golf County, and that's what the players had to contend with. So missing the greens, it wasn't very easy, and of course that was a good putt, but not quite in the bottom of the cup. We'll look now at Chima from the fairway here on the 10th. What a brilliant shot this was. You know, Chima with that shot really stamped back onto the course and said, you know what, I'm here and I'm here for business. Rashid also returned back with that attempt from about 8 feet. And Jairaj Sandhu, a man with a cold putter today. Arjun Sharma from short of the green with a chip. No trouble with the flat stick, rolling it right in the middle of the cup, controlling the speed absolutely beautifully. Anga Chima from the left side of the green on this par 5. This is the chip, which was tough to stop coming in from ball sitting in rough so thick. And Manu Gandas from the back of the green here. And Veer Lawat on the 14th. That birdie putt, making no mistakes. Chima there on the par 4, the short par 4, trying to chip it in. Sharma. Brilliant pitch. And Hani Besoya. Another brilliant pitch there. Playing it aggressively, dropping it right by the hole and imparting that much of spin on the ball. What a brilliant approach shot, this one. And Anga Chima, man who shot a 61 here at Vooty Golf County. What a brilliant round that was. Honey coming up from the right side of the green on the par 5 and made a superb attempt at that pitch. There we've got Amardeep Malik. Oh, that was heartbreak. And Jairaj Sandhu with a putt that miffed many in that group. Just like that. Here we have a bit of a conversation going on. How did our golf ball not move? And how did theirs? Veer Lawat, of course, had a fantastic day with the flat stick today. And Hani Besoya there. And Chima close in with a par here on the 17th. Was a brilliant long putt. And Jairaj Sandhu, unfortunately, the coldness with the putter really stayed. It was a tough relationship to be maintained today. There we have that brilliant shot. And Chima from the back of the green on the 18th, trying to save a chip in if he could to move to a tie for second, but he had to settle for a par. Khan now pots from a long range away for his birdie attempt on the 18th. And that was the winning putt, ladies and gentlemen, for Rashid Khan. Delhi's Rashid Khan, the winner of the Telangana Open 2026 with scores of 66, 67, 65 and 67. As we now take you through to the post show with Valusha D'Souza and the winner, Rashid Khan.
Congratulations, Rashid. This is your first win since 2019. How are you feeling?
I can't even tell you how I'm feeling right now. 7 years without a win and, struggling with the game. I mean, the struggle was real, and I had gone through a lot of up and down in those 7 years, but I have learnt a lot. And, once you do that, you know what you're supposed to do on the golf course.
Correct, absolutely rightly said. You started with a 6-4 and then had 4 birdies in the front 9. Take us through what was going on in your mind.
Nothing. I mean, I started really bad. Yeah, I mean, on a par 5 from the fairway almost, I end up making a bogey. And then the next hole was playing really tough. It's like 240 yards, par 3, left to right wind. I missed it right. When I started bogey, I still knew that if I stick to my game plan, which is just give myself a putt, no matter what it is and how far are you can make some birdies. And I stick to that. I quickly made a birdie on 3rd, 4th and 5th. So those was the turning points. And birdie on 8th hole when I was on a turn, it gave me a 2 or 3 shots lead. So I was just doing that only, like possibly keep myself giving those birdie putts.
Right. So I would think that that's the point where you started to feel fully in control, would you say?
Yes, I was. I had lead and going on a back nine. There were holes where you can really make birdies. You just have to stick to it. And I started really well. I made a birdie on 10, 11, and 12. Despite those two putts on 13 and 14, I was still fine. But I think for me and Chima, the turning point was 15th hole, where I had around 12 or 13 foot of a par, and he was inside 10 feet for a birdie. That was the turning point, I think.
Yeah, I was just going to come to that. Your drive on 15th wasn't possibly the best. You got disturbed by a drone on the 14th. Tell us about that.
That was, it's really windy out there, and when the drone moves a little, it gives you a loud voice, and that's what happened. But it was all fine. I just told them to keep the drone little away from us, and it's not just me who was getting disturbed. Everyone was.
Right? How was it playing with your friends Jairaj and Angad?
It was lovely. I know Jairaj and Chima for a very long time, and I had really a good fun on the golf course today.
And how would you describe the conditions of this course?
Golf course is playing really good. Just that greens on a front nine was a little tricky, and back nine, when you see the green grass on the green, you feel confident, and you feel that you can see the line. Just that finishing hole was really tough. I'll say 17 is still okay, but 18th tee shot was, I think, the toughest I have ever hit.
Oh, wow. Well,
Down.
Congratulations. Well deserved win.
Thank you so much.
And over to you guys on the comm box now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
A look at some of the highlights from Rashid's round today. It was really on song was Rashid. This on hole number 10, being able to fight fire with fire after Angad had made birdie was really important. Some good saves with the putter as well today, and that was one that went a begging, but on the whole the putter worked beautifully for Rashid Khan. This was the par 3. This, I would think, from all the shots, was probably one of the best of the day on the par 3 for Rashid Khan. But even in his victory, the putter could have been better. This shows you that his potential is still a lot more. This was on the short par 4 for Rashid Khan, and that was the all-important par putt. And this was his nifty chip on the par 5. That was hole number 16 after that chip, where we saw all three players unfortunately not able to capitalize. And this was hole number 17 for Rashid Khan. Coming out of the rough. I thought that was smart play here. Second shot just coming up a little shy of the green. And the all-important drive on hole number 18. Found its way back to the fairway. And then comfortable 2 putts to win that tournament after a long wait of over 2,000 days, maybe close to 2,500. 7 years. Really indeed a long while. The celebrations. There you can see that Peninsula Green, the leaderboard, the top 10 scores for this week. And we'd like to thank everybody who tuned in this week. And from myself, Shaurya Singh, Rahul Bajaj, Rahul Banerjee, we'd like to thank you that you were with us on this exhilarating journey. And you know where to find us next week, same time, same place, another tournament, another new golf course, and let's see whose destiny is fulfilled this time. Thank you so much, and please stay connected with us on social media. Do find us on Instagram, social, Facebook, YouTube, and the whole 9 yards. And till the next time, see you soon. And that'll be us. That'll be all from us, and we'll have a look at the prize ceremony shortly.
A season of relentless battles will come down to one final destination. The DP World India Championship this October.
Look at that!
Top 24 of the DP World PGTI will earn the right to be here.
Performance, the prize.
It's where ambition meets greatness, where champions are challenged, and history is waiting to be written. Race to the DP World India Championship is on.
The launch of the race to the DP World India Championship takes the journey a step further. It is about creating a route for the Indian golfers to reach the global stage.
For us, the DP World India Championship is the biggest tournament in the country.
All right, and I would really like Amandeep to please hand over a plaque to Mr. Gill as a token of appreciation. Thank you. And as always, we would love to hear from you.
Thanks, Valusha. It's an absolute pleasure to come to Vooty Golf and Country Club. Vooty Golf County, sorry for that. That's okay. It's a great golf track. We always love coming back to here. I want to thank Green Valley Group, Rupinder. Thank you so much for hosting us this week. Your Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Santosh Reddy. From the bottom of our heart, we want to thank him. The players have had a great time. The golf course played amazing. 23 under par winning score for Rashid Khan. I think, and a close second for Hani Besoya. Says it all that the golf course played immaculate. I want to thank my team from the DP World PGTI, without which I think this tournament would not be a success. Prabhash, you and your team have done an amazing job. The tournament director, Sujit Nagrat, Dr. Sujit Nagrat, thank you very much. The media team with Nikhil and Arushi, I think you guys have done an amazing job. Everybody's saying that the media, social media of DP World PGTI is doing amazing. Once again, thank you very much. It's great to be in Hyderabad. We're going to go to Hyderabad next week, in the vicinity, and looking forward to spending another great week in Hyderabad. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Gill, we would love to hear a few words from you too.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Is it audible? No worries. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm on behalf of my Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Santosh Reddy, and my CEO, Mr. Prithvi Reddy, and co-CEO, Mr. Akash Reddy. I'm here to speak on their behalf and would like to congratulate all the players for playing so well, and a special congratulations to Rashid Khan. Where is he? Very well done, Mia. Very well done. And from my side, I would like to thank my greenskeeping team, my superintendent Rajesh, and the entire team to keep the course at whatever best we could due to the rains. I'm sure the greens were very, very soft, but the players, I mean, there's no stopping you guys. You guys are the champions of the country, and you did very well. And I would like to thank Vishal, my F&B manager, for providing all the meals to the players and his team to take care of you guys. I hope you enjoyed the hospitality, and it's always a pleasure to host you guys over here. We'll look forward to hosting you again in the coming season. Yeah, in the coming season, we look forward to host you again. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I would now like to request Mr. Gill and Mr. Amandeep to jointly present the prize to our winner and our runner-up. Our runner-up being Hani Besoya, with scores 72, 65, 66 and 65. 20 under 268. He gets a check for prize money worth 10 lakhs. Congratulations. Well done, honey. And our winning professional here, Rashid Khan, scores 66, 67, 65 and 67. 23 under 265. 15th career title, his first win in 7 years. The winner is presented with the trophy and the winner's check worth 15 lakhs. Congratulations. And now it's time for the customary speech.
Hello, everyone. 7 years and struggling with the golf. It was a really tough time I had. I really like to thank Vooty Golf Course for hosting our event. And the golf course was exactly what Rupinder said. They could do the best, whatever they can with this rain. It was playing really well. It was tricky, but I would love to play this golf course when the greens are hard and fast.
And thank you DP World for and all those sponsors. Thank you so much. You know, I can't even describe what I am feeling right now and what I was feeling on 18th hole. I mean, it's there now. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'm hoping Rashid is going to make us proud at the DP World India Championship.
Congratulations, Rashid. I think you should hold on to that and take it with you. Couple of people to thank before we go. Our host venue, Vooty Golf County, DP World PGTI's umbrella partner, DP World. You know, I did this last weekend as well. And I don't know why everyone looks so serious. I think this is the point where we clap. Yeah, makes me feel so much better up here. Mr. Rupinder Gill, GM Vooty Golf County, Mr. Rahul Malik, Head Pro Vooty Golf County, all players, referees and officials, Sujit Nagrath, the tournament director, who rightly pointed out like I'm dressed like I'm come to play tennis, but I'll forgive him for that one. The media for supporting this event with great coverage. DP World, Amul, Axis Bank, Amrutanjan Enerlites, Air India Maharaja Club, Kalyani Golf Plus Monthly Golf Design India. Thank you to Waves OTT for their outstanding live telecast of this event. It's time to say goodbye to our online and TV audiences and the players. We look forward to seeing you next week at the Hyderabad Golf Association for the Telangana Golconda Masters. Until then, take care.